The Tennessee Titans have never won a Super Bowl in their franchise's history. We aim to change that today, as this video will not end until the Titans are Super Bowl champions. The Titans have one Super Bowl appearance in their team's history, which was all the way back in 1999, in which they lost to the Rams. In 24 years since that day, the Titans have not made it back to the Super Bowl, and we're gonna fix that. Now, we don't have the best team to work with here, only a 77 offense and a 79 overall, but it's not all dark and gloomy clouds for the Titans. We've got some dogs on this roster, most notably 94 overall running back Derrick Henry, who has been an absolute force of nature in the NFL for several years now. The only problem with Derrick Henry is that he is getting up in age. He is undoubtedly going to be regressing very soon. So how we handle Derrick Henry is going to be very important for this franchise rebuild. Not only is he getting up there in age to the point that he's probably only going to regress from here on out, but we are on the last year of Derrick Henry's contract before having to either pay him more or move off of him. So we're going to have to pay very, very close attention to this first season with the Titans to find out if by mid-season we need to be trying to trade Derrick Henry or deciding if we should extend him. I'm not going to move off of him unless we can get an absolute haul in return. Our main concern, though, with this Titans roster is going to be quarterback. Right now, the starting quarterback for the Tennessee Titans is Ryan Tannehill. He's 35 years old, only a 76 overall. He is absolutely worthless to our team moving into the future. But finding a young future of our franchise quarterback may not be something we have to look elsewhere for, as on the roster we have quarterbacks Malik Willis and Will Levis. Will Levis is a rookie this season. He's a 69 overall, so being a rookie and already being a higher overall than Malik Willis, you would think he is the option. But honestly, neither of these quarterbacks show guaranteed promise that they could be a future franchise quarterback. Bottom line, Ryan Tannehill will not be our starting quarterback. We are going to move off of him, whether that's trading him for some very little compensation or just straight up cutting him to get him off the roster. Will Levis will start out as our starting quarterback, but he'll be on a very short leash. I don't know how well he's going to be able to develop, so I'll probably give him 2, maybe 3 seasons to show that he's going to develop into our franchise quarterback before I'm looking elsewhere, whether that's the draft or trading for a different young stud. To help out Will Levis, though, we do have some things in this receiving room. Our number 1 wide receiver right now is the newly acquired DeAndre Hopkins. He's down to a star depth trait, only 31 years old, but he is a 93 overall, a very solid short-term first option to help Will Levis or Malik Willis potentially develop. Problem with DeAndre Hopkins, though, is that he is 31 years old and only going to be regressing as well, and he doesn't even have a superstar depth trait that we can take advantage of or leverage as trade value. He does have 2 years on his contract, so we don't have to move off of DeAndre Hopkins in this first season. We can use him to try to help Levis and or Malik Willis develop, and then next season move off of him and try to get something in return if he's still a high overall. But what I'm most excited for on this offense in this receiver room is second-year sophomore wide receiver Treylon Burks. If you've been watching the videos, you could probably tell by my attire and some of them that I am an Arkansas guy. Treylon Burks was an absolute stud for us at Arkansas. He hasn't done much in the league yet, but our plan today is to turn him into a franchise cornerstone. He's only 23 years old with a star development trait, so I guarantee you we can get wide receiver Treylon Burks upgraded quite a bit in just a couple seasons, and I'm very excited. Also, look at my boy's face scan in this game. Bro's looking absolutely fresh to death. Rounding out the future of our offense, we have a 76 overall left guard, Peter Skoronski, 22 years old with a hidden depth trait, which means it's going to be star or better. 71 overall tight end Okonkwo, who's 23 years old with a star depth trait as well. Low overall, but 23 years old with that depth trait could develop into something very useful for our young quarterback as well. Defensively, we've got promise too. We've got 2 superstars in Kevin Byard and Jeffrey Simmons. Byard is getting up there in age, 30 years old, but definitely an elite piece on our defense right now, whereas Jeffrey Simmons is 26 years old and could probably continue to progress for at least a few years before his ratings start going down. The rest of the notable players on our defense are a lot of star depth trait players in their mid to late 20s. Nothing crazy, but definitely usable. Typically in a rebuild like this, when I know our team is not fitted to win now, I would trade off our older, better players like a Derrick Henry or DeAndre Hopkins right at the start to try to get some future compensation, whether that's draft value or some younger players. But I'd like to keep the better pieces around him to hopefully help him develop more by him being able to get better stats in his rookie year, throwing it to receivers like DeAndre Hopkins or dumping it off to Derrick Derrick Henry. The first move we will make, though, is trying to move off of quarterback Ryan Tannehill. I am doubtful that we are going to be able to get any kind of notable compensation for Tannehill, but we'll take what we can get, if anything. We're sending Ryan Tannehill to the Houston Texans to try to help develop CJ Stroud in exchange for a 3rd-round pick. I doubt in real life the Titans could get anything as good or as better than a 3rd-round pick for Ryan Tannehill, so I will definitely take that. Something I didn't notice until just now is that we have a rookie running back behind Derrick Henry on the roster. 74 overall hidden dev trait, Tyjae Spears. That's very interesting. We could have a running back of the future already on the team. Maybe moving off of Derrick Henry will be the move to better the future of this franchise. This offensive line is absolutely terrible. We do have Skoronski at left guard, but the rest of this offensive line is absolutely abysmal. We've made it to week 1 now. We've got some things to do before we sim. The draft is going to be very important for the rebuilding of this team. We got to think about what we need most. I think we need wide receivers. DeAndre Hopkins isn't going to be here long. Treylon Burks is a great young piece to have, but after that, we don't really have anything for the future. Offensive line is another ginormous hole on this team that we need to fill. Getting him receivers and an offensive line, I think, is the best thing we can do for him. We already have a young running back in Spears that we could look for the future. We've got one young stud on our offensive line. We've got a young tight end that could develop. So there's already some pieces there, but we need at least one more great receiver and an offensive line. Defensively, I mean, it's not the best defense in the league, but it's okay. We could use a second deep tackle, maybe another corner. So for this season, I think we're going to focus on filling our holes on offense first because they are more egregious, especially the offensive line. We'll see where our defense is towards the end of the season and into our 2nd year before we really start pushing for pieces there. The best player that I'm seeing that could fill the biggest role on our team early on right now is right tackle Sean Albright, 6'5", 313 from Iowa. This is a relatively weak receiving draft class from what I can see so far. We'll keep an eye on those prospects as we scout this season. Let's move into our first game of the season and see how Will Levis and this questionable offense can do. At halftime of our first game, the Titans are up 21-0. What is going on? Will Levis, 13 of 16, 117 yards and a touchdown. Derrick Henry, 60 yards and a touchdown as well. Is this team cracked? Our touchdown went to Trayvon Wesco. End of the 3rd, 28-0. Much different than how this game went in real life. Looks like the Titans should have played Levis over Tannehill. Hey, my guy Treylon Burks got a touchdown. Let's go. And our first game as GM of the Tennessee Titans, 31-7. Maybe this isn't as much of a rebuild as I thought it was going to be. We're going to have to make some big decisions at mid-season. I feel like we might make some big trades, but I don't know. Derrick Henry is so good. At first I thought I was going to want to move off of him, but I don't know. Derrick Henry's a beast. Let's just send him mid-season and see what we're going to do. Where we're at mid-season is really going to go a long way in determining how the rest of this rebuild goes. And we are sitting at the top of the AFC South, 4-2. That makes it tough, man. We got players to negotiate. Let's look at the scope of the AFC right now. Our team is not ready to beat the Bengals or the Chiefs, probably not the Bills, probably not the Ravens. The Jets, I think in this simulation, still have Aaron Rodgers, so they're probably a better roster than us. And after that, it's our division. So right now, we are a very middle of the league team, but we don't currently have the pieces to make that jump to be Super Bowl caliber, and all of our best pieces are getting way too old, or are so young that they are not valuable pieces yet. Our hidden dev trait, left guard, turned out to be a star dev trait, 70 overall. Man, I'm trying to wonder, is it more worth it for this first season to see if we can maximize this current roster's potential, just see what our ceiling is? What could we get if we were to move off of Derrick Henry? We have a backup running back who's not going to be in the same stratosphere as Derrick Henry for a long time. But if we moved off of Derrick Henry, what would be valuable enough to make that worth it? A team like the Dolphins is in need of a running back. Jalen Waddle, 88 overall, superstar, 24 years old. I'm not saying I would do it straight up, but Jalen Waddle and another piece or two for Derrick Henry, if they'd take that, I'd probably take that. That solves our we need another wide receiver problem. They must not have a great record right now because they're projected to currently have the 10th pick in the draft. They say to always start with the low ball, so we're offering a single player Derrick Henry for Jalen Waddle, Javon Holland, Connor Williams, and 3 first-round picks for an aging running back. Honestly, the fact that that's almost halfway trade interest level is kind of insane. The reason the Dolphins might actually do this is that their roster is almost Super Bowl caliber. They don't have much of a running game, though. They have injury-prone Raheem Mostert as their best running back right now. Their passing game is fine. They've still got Tyreek Hill. Getting another proven young stud wide receiver and some picks is going to be so worth it. All right, I tried my best to not give up anything too valuable. We are going to move off of Derrick Henry, also giving up a second, 2/3, and a fourth. That is kind of a lot of draft compensation, but we kept all of our first round picks. We still have all of our future second round picks, and the value really drops off in the draft after the first 2 rounds. Occasionally you can get a hidden gem in the 3rd and 4th, but we get a definite superstar of the future in Jalen Waddle and a first round pick that right now could end up pretty valuable. Now, if the Dolphins pop off the back half of the season, that pick's not going to be as great. Right now it's projected as a top 10 pick. It does hurt to see Derrick Henry gone. We'll just need Spears to develop and step up. Defensively, our biggest need is certainly middle linebacker. I'm going to see if there's any way we can use DeAndre Hopkins to get some really solid young value at middle linebacker. Okay, we made a huge trade. I'm not sure how you're going to feel about it. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it yet. I think this is good, though. We made a massive trade with the Kansas City Chiefs. We gave up the top 2 players on our roster, DeAndre Hopkins and Kevin Byard, as well as a 4th round pick and a future 5th, 6th, and 7th round pick. In exchange, we get 23-year-old middle linebacker Nick Bolton, who's already an 88 overall star depth trait. Safety Justin Reed is whatever. He's an 81 overall. I think he's already 26 or 27. Nothing crazy. A massive downgrade from Kevin Byard at safety, but he's a passable piece. And 25-year-old, 91 overall center, Creed Humphrey. Here's what this does for us. Listen, we already gave up Derrick Henry, so we've accepted we're not going to win now. We've got a plan for the future. We've got our middle linebacker of the future. Definitely. We've got our center of the future. Definitely. We've got a strong safety that could be for the future, but is certainly passable for now. All we gave up is our aging wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, our aging free safety Kevin Byard, who, to be fair, definitely has a few more years of star talent left in the tank. And then we gave up 4 garbage picks that could have turned into late round gems, but it's so tough to find a great player in those later rounds. It almost feels like we're not really giving up anything there. So we gave up 2 aging stars and a bunch of garbage picks. I think it's pretty worth it, especially when we are not in win now mode. You would think with a 4-2 record, we might try to be in win now mode, but the way the AFC looks right now, we need a lot more firepower before we're ready to make a push for the AFC Championship. Here are our new look Titans. We have lost Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins. We have Jalen Waddle on the squad, who is going to be our #1 superstar wide receiver for the remainder of this rebuild. We've also got Treylon Burks, a young and developing, hopefully will turn into a great second wide receiver. Outside of those 2, we do not have any wide receivers. Our next best is an old 73 overall, and it just gets worse from there. We also lost Derrick Henry, but in his place, we've got a 77 overall hidden depth trait. Our offensive line was absolutely atrocious at the start of the season. It's still pretty bad, but our rookie is developing as a star depth trait 78 overall, and we just got one of the top centers in football in Creed Humphrey, who's only 25 years old, so he's got like 6 more years of really strong play in him. Not to mention, we still have a young developing player at center in Okonkwo. I don't know what he'll turn out to be, if anything, but he is a young piece that has potential. On defense, we did lose our superstar free safety, but we got Justin Reed, who's still a very solid player to have there. And at our middle linebacker 1 spot, we've got Nick Bolton, 88 overall star depth trait, who is only 23 years old. He is going to be a juggernaut on this defense in just a year or 2. Yes, we lost the 3 best players on the roster. Yes, we lost the 3 best Titans. Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins, they're gone. But we got very solid young pieces that can definitely develop over the next couple of seasons. And we're going to get some strong players in the draft. Because not only have we been moving players around, we have 2 first-round picks in this upcoming draft. I want to get a star cornerback and probably continue to develop our offensive line. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I feel like we can get some studs in this draft. I did want to check stats real quick to see where we're at halfway through the year. Will Levis, 1,500 passing yards, 67% completion, 15 touchdowns to 5 picks, 106.9 QB rating. For a rookie who is a 70 overall, honestly, can't really ask for much more. Treylon Burks has 6 touchdowns on the year. He's currently our #1 receiver, but I guarantee that's because DeAndre Hopkins is now gone. He's on pace to potentially surpass 1,000 yards, though, which is nice. Will Levis is 7th in passing yards, though. Again, a rookie who is a 71 overall currently, 7th in the league in passing yards halfway through the year, and 4th in passing touchdowns. I mean, dude's balling. As much as you can ask a rookie 70 overall to ball, he's balling. We made some massive roster changes. It's time to find out how the back half of the season goes. We went on to finish 7-10, which would put us last place in the standings. We did not make the playoffs, but the fact we were only 2 games behind number 1, technically all of the teams in this division have young quarterbacks that are going to get better. So it actually might be a close dogfight for the foreseeable future. Ty Spears did unlock his development trait. It is a start. He's still a 77 overall. Will Levis is currently the front runner for Offensive Rookie of the Year, and considering the regular season is over, I think that means he's got it. Treylon Burks finished 5th on the AFC's best wide receivers list. Levis finished with 4,100 passing yards, 30 touchdowns to only 8 picks. Again, for him being a rookie and his overall, that is incredible. And at least according to passing yards, he was the 6th best quarterback of the season. Treylon Burks finished with 11 touchdowns and reached 1,000 yards on the season. Honestly, some great flashes from our young players. I think we've got a lot to build on. Oh my goodness! I just simmed to the Super Bowl, so just through the playoffs, so that the awards would be official. Will Levis did win Offensive Rookie of the Year, and because of that got jumped from a normal depth trait all the way up to superstar. I guess being top 6 in passing yards in the league will do that for you. He doesn't have any abilities unlocked because he's still only a 74 overall, but we've already got a superstar quarterback. Cowboys and Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I've heard people talk that in simulations it is a Cowboys-Chiefs Super Bowl like so often. And hey, if that ends up happening in real life, I will not complain. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott wins NFL MVP as the Cowboys smash the Kansas City Chiefs 31-7. Actually, looks like overall Offensive Rookie of the Year was Bijan Robinson, but we definitely won AFC Offensive Player of the Year. I was notified on the yearly awards of that. Our tight end Okonkwo is also a superstar. Did you even have a year? I never even looked at your stats. Were you balling? Almost 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. We have 3-star cornerbacks now, but our team's cooking a little bit now. We are in desperate need of a left end. I might have to look there in the draft as well. We've also got a lot of cap space, and off season's coming up. I don't know who the free agents are going to be, but we are going to take a look for sure. Looks like a 5th-year option. I guess we'll go ahead and accept that. Seems to be our only choice. But we are going to make sure we lock down Jalen Waddle. If we pay him at his market value price, but try to get 4 years out of him, what would you think of that? He didn't like that. He's going to go into free agency. Okay, we need to not fumble any more of that. All of our corners were on contract years, and I was not really aware of that. I also have the option to franchise tag Christian Fulton. No one else seems worth 1 year, $24.7 million salary contract. Why does that sound so expensive? I guess I'll do that. I don't know if that's like a massive mistake because his normal contract was not near that much. I don't know what that means exactly. Try to keep Sean Murphy bunting. He wants to test free agency too. All right, well, I'm not going to overpay for corners in their late 20s who aren't even an 80 overall. Not worth it. Is that going to leave us with absolute bums in our secondary? Maybe. We'll let everybody else walk and we'll head to free agency. Hello, Mike Williams with a decent interest, and Keenan Allen. Bro, rip the Chargers receivers. They want it out. There are no free agent left ends that are worth anything. We definitely need a defensive end in the draft if we can make it happen. Jeremy Chin, who I really like, he's now a corner. He's a free agent, but he is not too interested in signing with us. Doesn't like that we don't have any championships. Hey, we're trying to fix that. Honestly, this free agency class is pretty trash. The best position group of free agents is wide receivers, easily. Mecole Hardman has some interest in us. He's 81 overall, 26 years old. His 25-year-old right guard does not have interest in signing with us, but could be a decent free agency signing. We did not get the right guard, but we did sign both Mecole Hardman and Peoples-Jones, 25 and 26 years old. Welcome to the squad. We have got our receiving room. We've got Jalen Waddle, Treylon Burks, Mecole Hardman, and Donovan Peoples-Jones. That is a very solid group of early to mid 20 wide receivers. Now in the draft, we will probably need a corner, and we will need a defensive end, and we will need offensive line. We've got 2 first-round picks. If we can get a solid player at 2 of those 3 positions, that'll be a successful draft. Look at this, Bruce Hall. He's a round 1 projection. Look at these stats, man. Ideally, he'd be faster, only a 4.4 40-yard dash, which was 12. You got A, man coverage, A, catching, B, zone coverage. That looks like a very solid corner that we could realistically get. All right, we're simming to draft day. We'll check up on the prospects one more time before we start the draft to try to make a game plan here. And we need to find out exactly what picks we have in the draft. So our Tennessee Titans pick gives us the 10th overall pick, which is what the Dolphins pick used to be. It is now down to the 14th pick, but we've got 2 solid picks in the first half of the first round. After that, we've got a whole lot of nothing. So we really got to make these 2 picks count. There's a very intriguing left tackle, Evan Keenan, elite in all of the physical ratings. Only thing that's a question mark on him is his pass blocking looks like it sucks. C to F, but his run blocking is amazing. I'm not in love with any of the defensive ends that we have a chance of actually getting. So we're going to take the best corner we can get with the 10th overall pick. Then with the 14th overall pick, we're just going to take the best offensive lineman or defensive lineman available. Start the NFL draft. I'm kind of nervous. There is a quarterback who is projected top 5 still available. He's fallen to 10. We're not going to move off of our superstar Will Levis, but I'm interested in this guy. The second best prospect according to projections is left end Rashad Berry. Second fastest left end in the draft. Not very strong. Block shedding sucks. Hit power sucks. Power moves suck. Decent finesse moves, decent pursuit and stamina. I mean, nothing crazy. Doesn't feel like the 10th overall pick. No, I don't think he's our guy. Evan Keenan, that left tackle I was talking about. Again, his worst attribute is pass blocking. Just because it's C to F doesn't mean it's F. It could be C, which is passable, and the rest of his blocking is great. He's athletic. He's very strong. In my opinion, might be the best offensive lineman in the draft, and we could take him right now. But I think we still got to take a corner here. Bruce Hall is still my front runner. I would like it if he was faster. He doesn't have anything horrible in his game. I mean, C play rec and C tackling is It's Bruce Ball. I think I was saying Bruce Hall. My mistake. I think hey, big baller, baby. Bruce Ball. I'm taking Bruce Ball. He's only a normal dev trait. If your first round pick isn't hidden dev or better, that sucks. 94 speed though. 91 acceleration, so he's a speed demon for sure. I still think he's going to be a very solid player. We don't get to know his overall till the draft ends, though. We've got to hope and pray that at 14, our left tackle is still there. Evan Keenan, please last till pick 14. Do not let me see Evan Keenan pop up there. Free safety, okay. Jimmy McFarland, that other corner, we did not want as much goes. Okay, as long as the Patriots don't take Evan Keenan, we got him. Yes, they take another offensive lineman, right tackle George Matthews, but that means we can get the left tackle, who I believe is the best offensive lineman in the draft. Only thing scary is that there is a small chance his pass blocking is abysmal. Everything else about him seems awesome. He's 21 years old and a hidden dev trait. That's a great sign. I'm a little bit weary. We got a very fast corner who I think would be good, but his overall needs to be high. He doesn't have a dev trait. That sucks. But then that left tackle's got that hidden dev trait, and I'm really happy about that. As long as his pass block just isn't bottom tier, then that's going to be a very solid pick. Right tackle Alfred Bowden looks like he could be okay for the 7th round. Normal dev, 6'7". He is a pass protector archetype, so maybe we got one lineman in the draft who can pass block. That's going to do it for our draft, though. We only got 3 picks. For a draft, a great pick is anyone like 78 overall and higher. I don't get the feeling we got a 78 overall and higher, but if our 2 first-round picks can be 75 or 76 and up, I'll be very happy with that. Our corner Bruce Ball that we selected 10th overall is a 77 overall. Again, it sucks that he doesn't have a depth trait, but he's a 77 overall. Evan Keenan, who I really felt solid about, I was hoping would be better, only a 73 overall, but he does have that hidden depth trait. I've got to know what your pass blocking is. Hey, his pass block is 70. You know what? That's fine. 70 pass block, I will take that. I'm pretty happy with it. And then 65 overall for a 7th round pick. I'm realizing though what we don't have is a left end. I think we have a 58 overall currently starting at left end. So we will make a trade before this season starts to get something and move from there. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your new look Titans. We have only had 1 full year as the GM and we have made tons of moves. We've drastically improved the offensive line, adding Freed Humphrey and now new rookie Evan Keenan. Okonkwo has developed into a superstar. Will Levis is a superstar. We have Spears, a 79 overall star dev at our running back. We acquired Jalen Waddle as our wide receiver 1. We've also got Treylon Burks up to an 80 overall. Then we've got McCall Hardman and Donovan Peoples-Jones. On defense, we have 10th overall pick of the draft, Ball as our cornerback 1. I really wish he had a better depth trait. If he just had a better depth trait, he would have been such a great pick. And I'm just noticing Simmons went from a superstar down to a star. Must have not had a great season. That sucks. We have a 59 overall at left end. I'm going to address that. If I can get another middle linebacker and left end, nothing crazy. Not at all what I was intending on making a trade for. I don't know if this will turn into anything useful, but we just traded our current 63 overall kicker and a 5th round pick for superstar kicker Evan McPherson. So if we have any big kicks that we got to make, I'm a Cowboys fan. I've been dealing with some big, important missed kicks lately. Hopefully we don't have to deal with any misses. Officially starting a new season, we are back in week 1. I think this team can make the playoffs. Our biggest needs are certainly on the defensive line. Let's sim the mid-season of our second year with the Titans and see where this team is at. Now, we are still a young team, so if we don't have a ton of wins, it's okay. But what I really want to see is just some development from our players. And at week 8, we are 2-5. We are 4-2 at this point last season. Our left tackle is a 75 overall star. The 3 players we got from the Chiefs, I did not realize they were all going to need to be re-signed this fast. Nick Bolton, we want as long as we can have him. I'll give him a player-friendly deal. Got him re-signed. Reed Humphrey, make it player-friendly, sure. We just got to make sure we get these key pieces back. Will Levis is having a worse year than he did in the previous season. He has 11 interceptions. Tyjae Spears is playing all right. 400 yards and 5 touchdowns at this point in the year is fine. Treylon Burks with 5 touchdowns, 35 receptions. Jalen Waddle is doing hardly anything. Jeffrey Simmons got 4 sacks. Nick Bolton leading the team in tackles and has an interception. Bruce Ball does not have his first career interception yet, but he has 38 tackles, the second most on our team, including a tackle for a loss and half a sack. Will Levis had an incredible rookie season and is playing terrible in the first half of the season. I don't really know what adjustments we should even make right now. In our second season, the Tennessee Titans are going to finish 6-11. Not sure exactly what I expected. A lot of our players are young. The superstars that we had the first half of the first season weren't here. Treylon Burks is up to an 83. Bruce Ball did get up to an 80 overall, which is okay, but he's still just a normal dev trait. Nick Bolton is going up, which I like, but this feels like a little bit of a wasted season at this point. He finished with 3,700 yards, 26 touchdowns, 17 picks, just so many picks. He had a better second half of the year for sure. Treylon Burks, 16 touchdowns, 1,000 yards, and 83 catches is freaking awesome. That's my dog right there. But Jalen Waddle, dude, 5 touchdowns, 63 catches, 741 yards. I do have Treylon Burks, I believe, playing in the slot, which I think slot receivers for some reason in Sims get more action. But Jalen Waddle should be doing more, dude. You shouldn't have to be in the slot to get catches. Nick Bolton, 109 tackles is freaking nice. Bruce Ball did end up getting 1 interception. Jeffrey Simmons with 10.5 sacks on the year is pretty good. Dak Prescott's going to get MVP again, having by far the most passing touchdowns in the league and the most passing yards and only 37 interceptions. Where is this Dak in real life? Is this the 2023 Dakota Prescott? Because I'd love to see it. Will Levis had a much more impressive rookie season than he did a sophomore season. I don't love that. How about Treylon Burks being right up there with the NFC East boys CeeDee Lamb and Devontae Smith, tying for the second most receiving touchdowns in the league. Treylon Burks will finish 5th in AFC Offensive Player of the Year. That's pretty dope. Bruce Ball will be 7th in Defensive Rookie of the Year. I was hoping he would have a better year. Treylon Burks will get Best Wide Receiver. I'm loving to see all that, man. It really makes me happy that Treylon's doing so well. So, according to all that, Treylon Burks will probably get a big upgrade here at the end of the season. Maybe it wasn't a wasted season. If Treylon Burks had his breakout year, if he gets a superstar dev trait, all right, we got to be a playoff team next year. If next season we're not a playoff team, we are in trouble. And there it is. Treylon Burks at 24 years old is now a superstar, 85 overall. Let's go, baby. It was a rematch in the Super Bowl, Cowboys-Chiefs again. This time the Chiefs etched out the Cowboys 28-31. Dak Prescott did win MVP, Mike McCarthy Coach of the Year. Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes. Wide receiver Sammy McGee, I believe that's one of the receivers I was looking at, ended up winning Offensive Rookie of the Year, man. But now we're moving into the offseason. We need to make sure we re-sign our players. We will keep superstar wide receiver Treylon Burks on for another year. We need to re-sign Evan McPherson. Evan McPherson is not interested in signing. Offered him a player-friendly deal. Dog, come on. Justin Reed is just going to be too expensive. Not worth it, I don't think. Christian Fulton, not quite as expensive, and I don't want to give up our corners. We did re-sign him. I'm going to franchise tag McPherson, honestly. I need a kicker I can rely on. We have the 5th overall pick in the draft, though. Whoa. But of course, we've got to see what free agents are out there first. We've got some interest from Jabril Peppers and Deontay Johnson. They're both getting up there in age at 29 years old, but very solid pieces we get out of that team. We are in need of a new safety after losing Justin Reed. He wants to sign with us, so I'm going to offer him a neutral deal. I don't know how well our running game was. I forgot to check what our running backs stats were at the end of the year. We might can make use of having another solid running back on the squad. We'll make an offer to Elijah Mitchell. Man, I wish I felt like we had a clear answer in the draft here. The fact that I don't almost makes me want to try to lobby this pick to trade for somebody. As I feared, Waddle lost the superstar trait because he just wasn't getting the reps, or at least wasn't getting the production. I'm getting nervous, man. Well, we signed running back Elijah Mitchell, but we did not get our safety. I'm going to try to sign Reed Blankenship. Give an offer to Rashawn Evans, linebacker. Just want to make some offers so in case we don't hit in this draft, we have passable players in these slots. We still got some cap space. I'll give an offer to Odigizua. Boogie Basham Jr. could use you. See if we landed any of those offers. I think we signed everyone we gave an offer to. We got defensive tackle Odigizua, middle linebacker Rashawn Evans, free safety Reed Blankenship, and right end Boogie Basham Jr. Now, none of those are game changers, but they're all very solid pieces to stitch our defense together so we don't wind up in a situation like last season where we're scrambling to improve our 59 overall defensive end at the start of the season. We definitely patched up some of the weaker parts of our defense to the point that we'll have a playable player, and we got another running back to help out our young guy. Hopefully that'll improve our offense a bit. Let's get to the draft. We do have the 5th overall pick in this draft, and we do have our 2nd round pick as well. I don't feel good about taking any of these prospects at 5 right now. Right now I'm leaning towards either trading down or just trading altogether. Let's get our best lineup in and really take a look at what our holes are, and maybe we can lobby this 5th overall pick for something. Okay, we do not have a right guard. We bolstered up our defensive line a little bit, but we still have a 76 and 2 79s. Secondary is okay. Our team is just so and average everywhere. We got our 2nd middle linebacker that's going to be better than whoever we had before. Right guard, I'd like another edge rusher. Those are our biggest holes, but honestly what feels like the problem with this team right now is we lack superstars. Like, we have a lot of really solid players, but a lot of them are young and need to develop, and we don't have like a standout superstar. I thought that's what Jalen Waddle was going to become, but in a year and a half with us, he has just regressed. I was hoping Bruce Ball would turn into like an elite corner, and he's decent still after his rookie year, but nothing crazy. I think I've got to check the trade center for this draft pick. Like, I'd love to get a Will Anderson Jr. I don't think the 5th overall pick will land me him, but like getting some guaranteed young talent is what I would want. Oh my goodness! They accepted it! Okay, well, that was the move because all I was looking for with that 5th round pick was an elite edge rusher, and we are not going to get a better pick than an 86 overall, 23 years old superstar. We just fleeced the Texans. We were looking for an edge rusher, and that was better than any edge rusher we ever could have gotten. That was massive. I was just saying that we are in need of a superstar, and Will Anderson Jr. is going to be a superstar on our defense. That's more value than I ever would have gotten in the draft with that pick. Let's go. We'll start the draft. We do still have a 2nd round pick. Our biggest team need right now is a right guard. Are there any good right guards? John Cortez. Of all guards, he had the most on the bench press. This guy looks like a stud. How is this John Cortez, who looks like a stud, available for us in the 2nd round? I think we found our new starting right guard here in the draft. 23 years old, hidden depth trait. That's what we love to see. That hidden depth trait is amazing. This youngin's got 94 strength coming out of the Ohio State University. I wasn't expecting us to get much out of this draft, but I will take a solid right guard for sure. All right, I'm feeling better. I was feeling a little bit like, traded our 1st round pick for Will Anderson Jr. Totally worth. We were not going to get a defensive end better than that. Not by a long shot. And it looks like we got a real solid right guard in the 2nd round of the draft. We're going to find out exactly what he is right now. 75 overall, very decent. I will take it. With the 14th overall pick in the 1st round last draft, we got a 75 overall left tackle. Same overall, also hidden depth trait. We got him almost a whole round later in the 2nd round. I will take it. Here are your 2025 Tennessee Titans. We are now an 84 overall with an 84 offense and an 84 defense. Definitely an improvement from where we started. I was hoping we might be maybe a little bit better at this point, but we started out with a 79 overall offense and an 83 overall defense, so we have definitely improved on both sides of the ball, and we've still got lots of young talent. Our offensive line was absolutely abysmal when we started, and now we've got a promising sophomore, Keenan, at our left tackle. Skoronski now in his 3rd year. Creed Humphrey, one of the best centers in the league. Our 2nd round pick, rookie Cortez at right guard, who I really like. Right tackle is still but we have been piecing together our offensive line for sure. We've got a superstar young tight end. We've got Treylon Burks, a superstar. Jalen Waddle regressed as far as his depth trait goes, but his overall has improved by about 3 since we got him. And we've still got McCall Hardman and Donovan Peoples-Jones on our roster, so we got a really solid receiving core. We've got 2 very solid running backs now. Will Levis, though, our quarterback, superstar, he's now 26 years old. How is he already that old? Wow, this has gone by fast. He's still only a 79 overall. He's gone up 10 overall in 2 full seasons. That's not terrible. I mean, if he's like an 85, 86 at the end of this season, honestly, I guess that's pretty good. So he's developing fine with that superstar depth trait. Defense, we just had a blockbuster trade in the offseason to get Will Anderson Jr. We've got 93 overall Jeffrey Simmons on our other side of our defensive line. We got decent defensive tackles with Tartan Odigizua. Linebackers, we've got 92 overall Nick Bolton. We've got Landry, who's pretty good. Rashawn Evans is a decent other interior linebacker. He is okay. I really like Hooker at our strong safety. Our now sophomore cornerback, Bruce Ball. I took him with the 10th overall pick, and he had a normal depth trait, and he still hasn't improved that. So he only went up from a 78 to an 80 in his rookie season. I really want him to get better, but we can't really do much about it at this point. We signed free agent Reed Blankenship to fill in our free safety spot. We could do better, but it's all right for now. I really like everything on our team. Like I said, we have so many solid players. Like, we don't have any massive holes in our team anymore. We are so solid at every position group. We just lack superstars. Will Anderson Jr. is almost guaranteed to become an absolute juggernaut elite superstar on our defense. If Simmons or Bolton could get a depth trait upgrade, they can be that as well. Offensively, we just need either Treylon Burks or Jalen Waddle or both to pop this season or next season and be absolute superstars. And we need Will Levis to develop as well. Once that happens, we're Super Bowl contenders. If we get one more player on defense to become a superstar and get Will Levis to be an elite quarterback and one of our receivers to pop and be an absolute star, I think we're Super Bowl caliber. Our offensive line is pretty built. We're going to develop. All of our guys are pretty young and getting better. Creed Humphrey's already there. Skoronski's almost there. Keenan and Cortez, our young offensive linemen, are going to get better. And then we have a great offensive line. We've got a tight end that I think can develop as well, as long as everyone develops. Like I said, last season, it didn't feel like they developed enough, but everyone is still on an upward trajectory. If we maintain course in that, I think we can make the playoffs this season. I don't think we're going to be Super Bowl contenders in 2025, but I think by 2026, we need to be winning playoff games. Between 2026 and 2028, we need to be in the hunt for a Super Bowl. It is very late. You will not believe how long I've been recording this video. Hopefully we're not too deep into the video here, because I'm going to edit a lot of stuff out, but I have been recording for 5 hours. But it's really late. I'm going to have to finish the rest of this tomorrow, so it's not going to take any time for you, but I will be back. And we're back. Let's get to mid-season of our 3rd year with the Titans and see if we've made any improvement. The first year, we still had Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins, Kevin Byard. We were 4-2 at the mid-season point. We loaded all of them off for future talent. And in our 2nd year, I believe we were 2-4. I think we flipped it. We were hoping to be a playoff team this year, so I really like for us to be at about 4 wins by mid-season. We are 3-3. It's okay, but we are still behind the Jaguars and the Colts in our own division. We've got some decisions to make. We've still got a large chunk in cap space. I don't think there's a way we could unload all of our future picks to become a Super Bowl contender, something like the Rams did. I don't think that's something we'd be able to accomplish this season. We do have a breakout running back. Tyjae Spears is having a breakout game, so we'll check on this. He has to get 3 touchdowns or 150 yards to go to a superstar depth trait. Getting a superstar running back on this squad could really help the back half of the year. It's like we're up 20-10 at halftime. Let's see what our stats are looking like. Will Levis, 192 pass yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half, but what about Spears? 10 rushes for 30 yards. I don't know about that breakout. Okonkwo, 4 catches, 45 yards in this game. Jalen Waddle, 3 catches, 64 yards. Treylon Burks, 2 catches, 73 yards and 2 touchdowns. Bro, my guy is popping off in this sim. Jumping to the end of the 3rd quarter, 27-13. Do we have any chance of this breakout running back hitting? He's got 49 yards and a touchdown, but he'd need either 2 touchdowns or 101 yards in this last quarter. I don't think that's going to happen. And suddenly, the Texans scored like 3 straight touchdowns, and it's 27-30 with less than 2 minutes to play. We haven't jumped in to watch a game yet. We'll watch the end of this one. Can we at least... This is a huge game. We're going up against the last place team in our division. We're trying to make the playoffs. We've got to get this win. Our first time getting to take a look at our players. Will Levis at quarterback. We're almost in field goal range to where the point we could tie this game up. We dump it off to Tyjae Spears for an 8-yard gain. Pass is complete. That's Okonkwo for a first down. No huddle. Levis surveying, gets it to Ty Spears again, another 8 yards. I tell you, the only other like franchise thing I've done was that I did that Trey Lance video, and almost nothing good happened whenever I hopped in to watch the game, and we're gonna see a laser! Will Levis, is that Waddle, or is that somebody else? To Jalen Waddle, Will Levis a laser, bro. That was sick. Will Levis drops back, fires a dart. Look at that window through 3 Texans. That's a touchdown to take the lead with 50 seconds to play. 34-0, we just can't give up a touchdown. Here is quarterback CJ Stroud trying to lead a game-winning drive for the Texans. Like, we got to see how this Titans defense holds up. Tackled him in bounds, made him use a timeout. It was a short 4-yard gain. We will take that. Come on. There's Will Anderson Jr. off the edge, and we pick it off! Oh my goodness! Number 21, McCreary picks it off and seals the game. Let's go. We didn't get our breakout, but I was hyped to see a tough, gritty shootout of a win from this team. Will Anderson almost gets the sack, but it causes CJ Stroud to throw a pressure throw. McCreary picks it off. That's a Titans win, baby. Let's go. Jalen Waddle, 6 receptions, 105 yards, and that touchdown. Will Levis, 25 of 31, 80% completion, 339 yards, 3 touchdowns. What a game. Treylon Burks, 6 receptions, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns, and I just realized he had a 70-yard touchdown reception. When I was looking at his career stats, the longest reception he had was 69. So that was the longest reception of Treylon Burks' career. I wish we got to watch that one. But we got to see Jalen Waddle's game-winning touchdown and Roger McCreary's game-winning interception. Let's go. We're certainly a passing team as we are second to last in the league in rushing yards, but passing yards we are within the top 5. Defensively, we have also allowed the 5th most passing yards and are middle of the road in rush yards. We're also middle of the road on interceptions, but are tied for the 2nd most sacks in the league behind the Bills. Sounds like what we need to me is a bigger piece in our secondary. Is there anything we can pick up here at the trade deadline? I think we found our secondary piece in exchange for Caleb Farley, who was our 4th string corner. I did really like him. He's very fast, but he was our 4th best overall corner. In exchange for Farley, a 2nd round pick and a 4th round pick, we pick up Tariq Woolen. He's 26 years old. He is an absolute beast. Tariq Woolen is 6'4", 98 speed at corner. He is going to keep up with the biggest and fastest and best in the league. I'm still hoping Bruce Ball can develop, but the second we drafted him and I saw that normal dev trait, my hopes for him becoming a superstar went way down. Tariq Woolen really improves this secondary, though. We still could use a better free safety. Reed Blankenship isn't the worst, but we could do better. Really be interested in getting somebody like an Antoine Winfield. Hopefully I'm not giving up too much here. In exchange for our current free safety, Reed Blankenship, our backup running back, Elijah Mitchell, a 2nd round pick and 2 3rd round picks, we do bring in 89 overall, 27-year-old free safety, Antoine Winfield Jr. Again, we did not get a juggernaut superstar at the trade deadline, but we brought in 2 very, very, very good pieces to bolster up our secondary. I'm hoping that can go a long way. We gave up a lot of mid-round picks. We did give up our 2nd and 3rd rounders for the next couple of drafts, which I was hoping to keep. But with how close this team is to getting over that playoff hump, I think getting a couple of great pieces in our secondary was a great call. This team is so solid, but that's kind of the problem, is that it's just solid. We're not a runaway Super Bowl contender or anything. Right now, we're trying to fight just to get into the playoffs. But the worst part of our team was definitely our passing defense, and we added 2 pieces that should definitely improve that. I think we can be a playoff team, but we need the Jaguars and Colts to fall off. Wow, we finished the year 3-7 to be 7-10, and once again missed the playoffs. What happened, man? Will Levis did not play quite as well in the back half of the year. He still almost reached 4,000 yards, 33 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Ty Spears almost reached 1,000 yards rushing. Jalen Waddle did have his best season as a Titan with 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns. Treylon Burks a little bit of a back burner year as we gave more production to Jalen Waddle. I'm feeling kind of stuck right now because we do not have a clear path to upward trajectory. I feel like the only thing I can think of for this offseason is we have to try to land a game record. But I mean, look, we've got an 88 overall offense, 86 overall defense for an 86 overall team, and we went 7-10. The rest of our division, the Jaguars and Colts, both are 13-4. That's just going to be tough. If our division is this insanely good, It's going to be so hard to compete. Trevor Lawrence on the Jaguars is now a 93 overall. Travis Etienne, 92. Josh Allen, 91. Christian Kirk at 90. 87, Andre Cisco. I mean, it's a very solid team, but I feel like we should be able to compete with that. We shouldn't be 6 wins behind them, I don't think. Colts still have Jonathan Taylor in this sim at a 96 overall. Quentin Nelson, 95. Pittman's an 89. Anthony Richardson's only an 82 overall, and that team went 13-4. Compared to the Colts, who went 13-4 in our division, our receiving room is better. Our quarterback is about the same. They have one of the top running backs in the league. I'll give them that. Our running back is extremely mid. They've got one of the top running backs in the league. Our offensive lines are comparable. We don't have a 95 overall Quentin Nelson. We do have Creed Humphrey, though, who's very good, and the rest of our offensive lines are similar, except the right tackle is much better. So we have a way worse running back and a slightly worse offensive line. Even though they have DeForest Buckner, our defensive line is better. They've got Bobby Wagner, but our linebackers should be better. They do compete with us with their corners. They might be better than us at corner. Our safeties are better. Our teams are so similar in firepower, yet we're somehow 6 wins behind. Do we need to get a better running game implemented? Do we need to try to get a running back? We've got to make the playoffs, man. 3 seasons in, and we haven't made the playoffs once. Wow. In 2025, the Green Bay Packers defeated the Indianapolis Colts 38-21 behind Super Bowl MVP quarterback Josh Platt. Our divisional rival Colts, they were 6 wins ahead of us, went all the way to the Super Bowl, man, and we just compared rosters. I don't feel like we're that far behind. If this team can make it all the way to the Super Bowl, we have no excuse in the next couple of years to not be in the hunt. Micah Parsons, Defensive Player of the Year. All right, we got to have a major offseason. Jalen Waddle is back up to a superstar. Okay, I need to check our team to see if anyone else changed. His overall interest level in our team is decently high. Before we offer a contract, we need to see who else we need to re-sign. Jalen Waddle is a must. I don't know if Okonkwo is a must. He's been a superstar for 2 seasons, and from the start of this rebuild to now, I think he's gone up like 5 overall. He's been solid, gotten like 8 to 9 touchdowns a year. I don't know. $29 million. We're gonna accept Peter Skoronski's 5th-year option. He's nothing crazy though. Arden Key, I liked you, but you're getting old and you're not good enough. Gonna let Arden Key go. We are in need of a left outside linebacker. Malik Willis. Oh, you've been on the team backing up Levis this whole time. Evan McPherson really hates the Titans for some reason. His interest level on our team is always so low. I think we offered him a player-friendly deal before he said no. You know what? Very friendly deal, whatever. I want our star kicker. Jalen Waddle kind of wants to resign. I'm going to offer him a player-friendly deal. All right, we got Jalen Waddle back. Our cap room just tanked, though. We had like 70 million cap space. We signed Jalen Waddle and McPherson. We're down to 47. Malik Willis is still a fine backup quarterback, but I'm going to go team-friendly. He's trash. We'll see if he accepts. And I want Malik Willis to be on this Titan Super Bowl team. Even if he's not playing, I want him to be there. He's interested in re-signing. If I offer him a neutral deal, will he take it? He does. Down to 40 million cap space. I just don't know about Okonkwo. He's a superstar and he could pop. He just hasn't up to this point. I want him on the team, but I think I gotta lowball him. People didn't even want to trade for him, even with him being at the time 25 years old with a superstar depth trait. He just hasn't developed high enough. He's produced decently well. He says thanks for the offer, but he's not interested in that. We're probably going to lose out on Okonkwo. No, dude. Everything is falling apart. We've kept our offense intact, but we tried so hard to stitch together our defense, and now we're losing players. And we lost our tight end. I said we kept our offense apart, but our tight end, who was producing well, is gone. I got to try to get a big fish here. I don't feel like we've been paying people that much up to this point, but I'm scared. We're going to have to pay Will Levis in a year. Will Levis has been on his rookie deal. We're going to have to pay him in a season, and him being a superstar up-and-coming quarterback, he's going to want a bag. Oh, I'm scared, bro. Monty Hooker enjoyed playing for us, but he's going to test out free agency. We can franchise tag somebody, but it's expensive to do that. We could franchise tag Okonkwo or Amani Hooker. For the potential upside, I am going to franchise tag Okonkwo. Okonkwo is officially franchise tagged. I don't know what that just did to our cap space, though. Amani Hooker is literally the most valuable player in free agency, and we just lost him. Oh my gosh, we have no cap space. Did that franchise tag really eat that much cap? We have no cap room. Honestly, we just need Amani Hooker back. Now, we can't even make him an offer if we don't have the salary cap space. Where's all this money going? How are we even going to pay Will Levis? Accepting Treylon Burks' 5th-year option, bro is getting $37 million this year. What? I didn't know 5th-year options were so expensive. We're gonna have to play Treylon Burks next year. Harold Landry is expensive AF. and is a 81 overall, 30 years old, right outside linebacker. We don't need you, bro. Donovan Peoples-Jones is our 4th string receiver and is way too expensive. Harold Landry and Donovan Peoples-Jones are our most expensive, least productive players. All right, we were able to unload both of those contracts in exchange for Donovan Peoples-Jones, Landry, and a 2028 third-round pick. That's in 3 years. We were able to unload all those contracts and acquire superstar dev trait, 82 overall, strong safety, Brisker. That freed up at least like $20 million in cap space and allowed us to solve our strong safety problem as we get Jaquan Brisker, 27 years old, superstar dev trait. Treylon Burks lost a superstar dev. Dude, this is so frustrating. It's like I can only have one superstar wide receiver because I can only give one the most production. We can't hold our dev traits. Big problem on defense is that we do not have any outside linebacker. Our linebackers are trash. We got Nick Bolton and nobody else pretty much. Our secondary, which was our big problem the first half of last season, is now pretty good. Our D-line is still very solid, but our linebackers are trash. So we got to get linebackers. All right, we made a few offers in free agency. We got the right outside linebacker and the tight end. The one I wanted most out of that was the left outside linebacker. He, of course, signed with divisional rival Houston Texans. Well, that's just lovely. We'll make an offer on another left outside linebacker that's not nearly as good, but again, I just want to get a player in that spot that's not a 60 overall. 88 offense, 88 defense, 88 overall. That's a very strong team. There's no reason we should be 7-10 again. We did bring in Boy Mafe, I think it's how you say his name. 73 overall, he's 27, nothing special, but he's just a player we can have. All right, we can bring in 3 players for private workouts. We need to find out. I hadn't even done this the previous seasons. I didn't even remember seeing this option, but we need to find out who we need here. Ashton Falk, right outside linebacker, seems to be decent. Middle linebacker Trent Jeffries looks really good. Not seeing any good left outside linebackers. I'm most intrigued by right tackle Aiden Farley, currently projected as the 3rd best right tackle in the draft. I'm going to say we're not going to get the right tackle, so I'm going to scout the running back Vince Hoskins, linebackers Trent Jeffries and Ashton Falk. We're going to bring all 3 of those guys in for personal workouts, private workouts. It's a very B-grade running back with pretty good stamina, pretty bad juking, which for a running back kind of sucks. We have the 10th overall pick, so we could get a very solid player. Ashton Falk has got massive hit power, good tackling, good block shedding and finesse and power moves. He could be very good. Definitely not a coverage guy, but his stamina sucks, bro. I don't know how much that goes into his sim, but if he gets dead tired in a couple of plays. We also checked out the best middle linebacker in the class, Trent Jeffries. He's projected a late 1st rounder to an early 2nd rounder. He's poor to average in coverage. He's got great hit power and play rec and great tackling as well. He's got great stamina though. Man, it's just tough. So I definitely think the move is one of the linebackers. I'm not getting a great vibe from the running back. Aiden Farley still could be a good pick as well. But again, there's not like a clear standout, we got to get this guy. I'm just going to hop into the draft and see who of our guys is still there at 10. We can always review offers for our pick as well. We could get the 23rd pick in this draft from the Philadelphia Eagles and a future 2nd, 3rd, and 6th round pick. That's actually pretty good trade compensation with those draft picks. Plus, I'm not sure if the guys we even want are gonna be worthy of the 10th pick or if they're better for a late 1st round pick. If we trade for a late 1st round pick, Ashton Falk will definitely be gone. But honestly, the other players, Vince Hoskins, the running back, the right tackle, and the other linebacker, I don't think they would go if we traded down. We'll miss out on the right outside linebacker, who I almost want to take with this pick. But I think it might be better for us to trade down, get some more compensation, and get one of the other players in a late round pick, because Ashton Falk is not sticking out as so much better than the other guys that he's worth it. Maybe with this pick, though, we could trade down and get a useful player at the same time. All right, I am so happy with this. The Eagles seemed from that trade offer they gave me that they were interested in the pick. So I went back to them. We got a left outside linebacker, nothing crazy, but 77 overall star depth trait. He's 27 years old. So he's probably not going to get much better than what he is now, but he is our best outside linebacker on our roster now. And we get the Eagles 23 overall 1st round pick and their 2nd round pick, both in this year's draft. There's a chance we can make it out of this draft with 2 of the players that we wanted. Not going to get that outside linebacker that we were looking at, but Smith Jr. is definitely going to be better right now, and we could maybe get that running back and that tackle, or maybe another linebacker. All right, 13 picks later, what do we got? Vince Hoskins, our running back, is still here if we want to take him. Right tackle Aiden Farley is still here as well, who I really like. And the linebacker. So all 3 of the other players that we were looking at are still here. And we have a 2nd round pick. Again, we already have a passable running back. The problem is he's not a superstar, and I feel like we need a much better running back to do better in these simulations. And there's no guarantee Vince Hoskins will be a start either. Plus, he's small. I don't think Vince Hoskins is the move. which means it's between Trent Jeffries, middle linebacker, and that right tackle who we did not get enough scouting on. Trent Jeffries is strong. He's got great tackling and hit power. His pursuit could be better. He's got good stamina. His coverages could be better. I kind of like him though. We know more about Trent Jeffries, but right tackle Aiden Farley's got a lot of upside too, and he would round out our offensive line. He doesn't pop out on the physicals though from his combine, and his stamina looks poor. I don't know if we'll get this lucky. I hope Aiden Farley is still there for our second round pick, as we will take him, but I think the safer choice is Trent Jeffries. He's got more guaranteed upside than Aiden Farley does. Trent Jeffries is a normal dev trait. Meh. He's probably going to be an average player, but he's 21 years old, so he's got lots of time to develop, and we don't know his overall yet, but hopefully it's decent. If he's like a 75 overall, I'll count that as a win. I don't think there's a universe in which Aiden Farley is still there 30 picks from now. There goes Vince Hoskins 2 picks later. I'm very curious to see if he ended up being good. And the first pick of the second round, there goes Aiden Farley. I almost traded for the first pick of the second round to try to get him, but there he goes. We still could use a right tackle. We could always draft like a guard and put him at right tackle. I kind of like this Brian Williams. We know he's got a pass block finesse, and power. He's a great pass blocker, great awareness, good impact blocking. His run block could be good. His stamina kind of sucks, but I'm going to go ahead and take him. Normal dev trait as well. Wow, I can't believe that one left tackle is the only hidden dev trait we've gotten in the draft. Draft recap, Trent Jeffries only a 74 overall. Brian Williams, our second round pick, 75 overall. Look at this. As a day one rookie, he's already got 80s in pass blocking. His run blocking could be a lot better, but his pass blocking is great. Remember how trash our offensive line was at the start of this rebuild? It's not amazing by any means, but it's got a lot of young talent that's going to develop. And here are your 2026 Tennessee Titans. Jalen Waddle with morale is a 96 overall. Treylon Burks is a 90 overall. We love to see it. 80 overall Keenan, 83 overall Skoronski. Reed Humphrey a 96 with that morale. 81 Cortez, and our rookie right tackle is a 75. And Okonkwo right now with morale is an 80. Defensive side of the ball, we've got a 91 Antoine Winfield. Our rookie linebacker, I'm putting him at right outside linebacker, is a 76. Nick Bolton 94. Smith Jr. newly acquired is a 77, and our newly acquired strong safety superstar Brisker is an 83. Yo, Bruce Ball is now a star dev trade. He was a normal last season, and when we drafted him, he has gone up to star, 24 years old, and he's an 86 overall. Dude, he actually could turn out to be the star corner I hoped he could be. He's just a late bloomer. Bro's just a late bloomer. Jeffrey Simmons is a 93 overall, but Bro's getting up there in age. He's now 29. We've got Tartan Odigizua as our D tackles. Pretty decent. Will Anderson Jr. is a 90 overall superstar. And of course, our number one corner, Tariq Woolen. This is definitely the best team we have had, I would say. I mean, look at us. We are an 86 overall with an 88 offense and an 85 defense. I'm excited about this team. I cannot imagine we're not a playoff team. A lot of the teams I've looked at are way worse overall than that. Problem is, Jaguars and Colts are very solid in our division. The Indianapolis Colts were just in the Super Bowl. We play them week 1. They did lose the Super Bowl, but they're a divisional rival. I'm going to watch in on this game to see if we can start this season off on an amazing foot. Look, this team was just in the Super Bowl last season. They're an 84 offense, 83 defense, 83 overall. We are better on every level of the field. We gotta be at least a solid playoff team this year. Couldn't make it last year, but we're better than the Super Bowl runner-ups. I'm really hoping to see a statement week 1 win here. We are down 14-6 at halftime. We go down and get 8 points on our opening drive in the third quarter and a field goal after the third quarter. We're up 14-17. Can we close out a statement week 1 victory? With a minute to play, the Titans have the ball up 3. We just got to close out this win. If we pick up a first down, this game is over. We got 14 to go. It'll be a stretch run. That's Ty J, excuse me. Colts are going to be out of timeouts. We are going to punt it away. Can our defense come up with a stop? They have no timeouts. We just cannot let them get in the field goal range. We put a lot of work into this Titans defense. Anthony Richardson, incomplete. If you watch my Superstar Wide Receiver series, we've said that a lot. This will be such a statement week 1 win against the Super Bowl runner-ups. Pass is knocked away. That's McCreary. He had the big play when we spectated before. 3rd down and 10. Anthony Richardson dropping way back, throwing across his body, incomplete. One more stop, and the Titans get a big divisional rival week 1 victory. 4th down and 10. This is the Colts' last chance. He's going to throw it deep and complete! He'll rub all the way to the opposite 45. They'll no huddle. They're not in field goal range yet. Is they going for it all? I cannot believe what just happened. He'll throw it out of bounds and set up a Hail Mary. They're going to try to do some kind of Hail Mary here. We are not in our prevent defense, though. I'm not sure what's going to happen on this one. Anthony Richardson, pocket is collapsing. He's lobbing it deep to the end zone. It's going to be incomplete, but there's a flag down. Pass interference. Bruce Ball, no! They're not going to go for the win from the 1 yard line. They're going to kick a field goal, and this is going to go to overtime. On 4th and 10 from their own, 10-yard line, we let Anthony Richardson throw a 40-yard bomb, and then pass interference on the Hail Mary attempt sends this game to overtime. Are you kidding me? The Titans will receive. Will Levis just go put this game away. I don't want to see anything else. Just go score a touchdown in this game. I thought we had the week 1 win locked up. I don't know if I can handle a loss here. Come on, let's go Titans, baby. Let's go Titans. Will Levis, look at the gun show, baby. Big, muscly, wide arm.
Whoa.
Empty backfield. Levis will take the snap. It was a low snap. Pocket's collapsing. He's looking deep. And he throws a pick! Von Bell picks off Will Levis the first snap of overtime. I cannot how? 4th and 10 from their own 10-yard line. And we somehow let them. I don't understand how we did that. We'll make the tackle to set up a 3rd and 5. They're right outside of field goal range. It's play action. Anthony Richardson looking. Incomplete. I don't think they can hit a field goal from this distance. There's a chance we get the ball back. They're going for it on 4th and 5. Can we get the stop now, please? This game has been insane. Richardson surveying. Picked off the Titans. Tariq Woolen, our number 1 corner that we traded for at the deadline last season, picks it off in overtime. This game has been stupid. Tipped and then picked. Number 12 tipped it. I think that might be Bruce Ball. Will Levis, can we make up for the last drive? Complete. That's Okonkwo. Titans, after all of this garbage, are we going to win this game? Come on, baby. Empty backfield again. Levis fires it complete. Jalen Waddle with the first down. We are in McPherson's field goal range, although he did miss an extra point earlier. I don't know if it was blocked. We're going to run to set up the field goal. McPherson's a superstar kicker. I've made such a point to get McPherson so we don't have a 62 overall kicker trying to win the game here. And McPherson will try a 45-yard field goal for the win in week 1. This game should have been over long ago. McPherson to put it through against the Super Bowl runner-ups. Kick is up. It's good. The Tennessee Titans get the win in week 1. That was absolute insanity. Okonkwo, 4 receptions, 44 yards, and a touchdown. Waddle, 3 receptions and 57 yards, but he had the last catch that got us into field goal range. What a win for the Titans. We should have put that game away earlier than we did. But we got the win against a divisional rival who was 13-4 last year and went to the Super Bowl. After that crazy opener, let's see where this team is at in week 8. At the midseason point in 2023, we were 4-2. After blowing up that roster and restructuring it all, we have made it to 4-2 by week 8 this year. The Colts are also 4-2. That first loss was week 1 to the Tennessee Titans, baby. This team is good, man. This team is good. I don't think there's any roster changes we need to make. We are pretty solid everywhere. We don't have any glaring holes on our team. Everywhere is solid. I think we are due for a playoff win at the very least, but I think if the Colts could do it last year, there's no reason we can't compete for a Super Bowl this year. Granted, last season we were 3-3 and finished 7-10, so there's no telling what's going to happen the back half of the year, but this team just feels way more solid than it was last year. We have trade offers for our backup right tackle. This is just a straight up upgrade. We get a left tackle who's 2 years younger with a star dev trait, 3 overall higher, and a 6th round pick. I will take that for our backup right tackle. Thank you very much. I almost should play him over our starting right tackle, the rookie. Supposedly will, since he is better and a higher dev trait. Sorry, rookie Brian Williams. He was starting all year. That puts our entire offensive line at a star dev trait or higher. I'm very proud of what we were able to build here, considering when we got this team, by far the worst part of the team was the offensive line, and now we have built up an extremely solid young core on this offensive line. Lingering in the back of my mind, though, is that this coming off season, we're going to have to pay Will Levis. We're going to have to pay Treylon Burks. Everybody wants to get paid. Oh my goodness. Half of our starters are in contract years. This is going to be tough. I'm not going to pay anybody till after this season. I'm not paying anybody yet. All right, we're just going to send it to the end of the year and hope and pray that we make the playoffs. We're currently sitting on top of the division. Our only competition in the AFC South at this moment are the Indianapolis Colts. We beat week 1 of the year in an overtime thriller. To the playoffs we go. Please don't crumble in the second half of the year. We've got everything we need. We've got everything we need. Everyone's on a contract year. They're playing harder. Please, we got to get our playoff berth.
Bruh.
How? I don't understand. We were 4-2. I'd beat the Colts. They end up 12-5. We end up 7-10. How are we the same as last year? 89 offense, 88 defense, 88 overall. The Colts overall was like 83. How? I don't get it. Treylon Burks had a horrible year. He might even go down to freaking normal dev trait. 4 touchdowns, 600 yards. I mean, I'm putting a roster together, man. What is happening? I just honestly don't know where this team is lacking. I mean, who are we losing to? We beat the Colts in week 1. We beat the Cowboys in week 2. Lost to the Bengals. Beat the Patriots. Lost to the Chargers. Beat the Eagles. We lost 35-38 to the bullcrap Texans in week 8. Divisional rival. We were 4-2 and lost 4 straight. Lost to the Texans. Lost to the Vikings. Lost to the Giants. Lost to the Browns. Beat the Texans at Texans. Lost to divisional Jaguars. Lost to the Ravens. Lost to the Jaguars. We beat the Colts. The Colts are 12-5 and we beat them twice. The Colts went to the Super Bowl last year. They're 12-5 in our division and we beat them twice. And we're 7-10. We are 8th in the league in pass yards and dead last in rushing yards. I thought our secondary was better, but we allowed the 3rd most passing yards and we allowed the 4th most rushing yards. Okay, apparently our defense sucked. We have no running game and our defense just didn't play well. We still just need a superstar on defense. But we 89. We're so solid. I don't understand how this is happening. We have now spent 4 years with the Tennessee Titans and have not made the playoffs once. In 2026, the Chiefs win another Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes, MVP. Micah Parsons, another Defensive Player of the Year. CeeDee Lamb, Offensive Player of the Year. And guess what? The Cowboys, who had Offensive Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year, we beat them week 2. Where are we lacking? Why can't we win games? These feel like we're just having fluke seasons over and over again. We should be better than we are, and I don't know where we're lacking. This offseason is gonna suck though, because I feel like we're about to lose some players. Our cap space is gonna take such a hit trying to sign people. 22 players need new contract deals. First, we're just gonna have to eliminate the ones we definitely can't re-sign. Okonkwo is an X Factor? All right, time to go check dev trades. How? I almost let him go last season and I very narrowly decided to franchise tag him. Now bro is an X Factor. And Nick Bolton, who wasn't even up there for best AFC linebacker, has become a superstar now too. All right, we got to see what we can do about re-signing these guys. All right, we said no to 12. We got 10 players needing to negotiate. We got 86 in cap room and that's all about to go to Will Levis. All right, that's a little bit less money than the neutral deal with 4 years. Let's see what he thinks. He'll sign it. I maybe could have gotten away with offering him a little bit less, but it is what it is. Treylon Burks is a cornerstone of this team, man. I got to get him back. We do sign Treylon Burks to a 5-year deal. Bruce Ball, you're my guy. Okay, we can accept your option. It is going to be kind of expensive, but we'll go ahead and accept that. Cap room is down to 38 mil, but we've got our most important pieces other than Okonkwo. We got to get you next. Oh, Okonkwo wants to test our free agency. Why, bro? Oh my gosh. I didn't even offer him a bad deal. Evan Keenan, got to sign you back. Oh, we can accept your option. He's still got 38 mil in cap space. Antoine Winfield is still really good, but he's regressing. I don't want to lose him for nothing. He has like no interest in re-signing, and all I want to do is try to lowball him. I can't afford to give him much. I don't want to lose him for nothing, man, but man, this sucks. All right, I'm offering him a little bit better than team friendly, but a little bit worse than neutral. He probably won't take it. He wants to test out free agency as well. If we're going to franchise tag somebody, it's got to be Okonkwo. I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to lose Antoine Winfield Jr. It sucks. Lose our 88 overall free safety. It really sucks. I shouldn't have tried to offload any of these guys at the deadline, though, because at the time we were 4-2 and thought we were going to make the playoffs. Tyjae Spears an 87 overall, but he really hasn't been great for us, and I'm not about to sign him to big money. We're running out of cap space really fast. Tart, you've been our D-tackle this entire run. You're getting too old. I can't afford to pay you. Tyjae Spears just hasn't been good enough. He hasn't done enough for us for me to justify paying him. I'm sorry, man. You gotta go. So we got Will Levis back. We got Treylon Burks back. We got Okonkwo via franchise tag. But we're losing Antoine Winfield, Tyjae Spears, McCole Hardman, Nolan Smith Jr., Hart. Man, dude. We couldn't even make the playoffs. We barely won 7 games. And now we're losing a lot of our key pieces. This is falling apart, man. Part of me legitimately wants to just like scrap this video idea, but you have no idea what I've put. I've literally recorded over 7 hours of footage doing this bull crap in the span of 2 days, and we haven't even made the playoffs. What free agents are there? Hey, look, it's our players at the top. I've watched some other like franchise rebuilds, and there will be some franchises where Joe Burrow, 98 overall, will be a free agent. and people can try to sign him. Our free agent classes have been nothing but dog water. We did get wide receiver Marvin Mims Jr. for our wide receiver 3 spot, and we get backup tight end Luke Schoonmaker. Man, this is rough. We are in horribly desperate need for a running back. Defensive side of the ball, we do not have a free safety. Our corners are still good. Our defensive line is shot now that we don't have Tart, but our DNs are still pretty good. We need everything, man. We need everything. Biggest needs are free safety and running back and D tackle. We can put Jeffries at outside linebacker, which is what we're gonna do. Our team is certainly downgraded from where they were a year ago, although certain players on our team are getting a lot better. We might make our first round pick at free safety. See what happens. We'll get these private workouts going. Our biggest team needs are running back and free safety, according to this little report on the left. We knew that, but we know we also need another D tackle. This might be another year we gotta trade our draft pick. We are pick 11, X Factor Andre Cisco on the divisional rival Jaguars. If there's a way I could somehow finesse that, oh, I'd be happy. Oh, they just went and accepted it! Bro, draft picks in the top half of the first round are so valuable, just like they accepted Will Anderson straight up. That's an X Factor free safety on our squad. I'll definitely give up the 11th pick for that. We were just going to pick a worse free safety. Welcome to the team, Andre Cisco. This is our first X Factor on defense. I absolutely love it. We still need a second D tackle, and we need a running back. Our next pick in this draft isn't until the 4th round, though. We'll look at D tackles real quick. Best one available is definitely George Whitting. Oh my goodness. This is a physical specimen. At the NFL Combine, he was first in 40-yard dash, bench press, vertical jump, second in... This guy is insane. I don't care if his stats suck. A finesse move. I'm picking this D tackle. Hidden depth trait, 20 years old in the 4th round. I talk about the 4th round picks. It's hard to find hidden gems. We get hidden depth trait, 20 years old, D tackle, 90 strength. This guy looks insane. Out of this draft, we get an X Factor free safety and a hidden depth trait rookie D tackle. I'm excited to see what these rookies look like. D tackle George Whitting we picked up in the 4th round is a 71 overall. He's 20 years old and has a hidden depth trait. Tyler McCann, 70 overall. We picked in the 5th round. He's got 94 speed. I believe it's the fastest running back in the draft. All right, we have made it to week 1 of 2027. We reloaded a little bit. We are an 88 overall offense, 89 overall defense, 88 overall team. I said it last year. I said it the year before that. We have no excuses. I don't know how we haven't made the playoffs yet in this rebuild. This has got to be the time. We got to get a better running back. I currently have the rookie starting at running back. He's up to 73. 97 Jalen Waddle, 92 Treylon Burks. We got Okonkwo and 83 X Factor at tight end. Defensively, Bruce Ball is a star, and our rookie Whitting that we got in the 4th round. Hidden depth trait at our D tackle 2 spot. We've got a good team, man. Again, we reloaded a little bit. I was afraid our team was going to implode after last season. We reloaded. We've got 88 overall offense, 89 overall defense, 88 overall team. This is like the 3rd year in a row. We have no excuses. I thought we were going to be getting playoff wins, but we can't even make the playoffs. I don't know what else I can do for this team. Before I sim to midseason, I'll try to get us a new running back and a 4th wide receiver. And then we're going to sim, and we have no excuses. Okay, we just made a massive trade. I've tried not to give up our valuable draft picks this entire rebuild, but with the team we have together, I wanted to get some superstars ready to win now in exchange for 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks. Our next 2 first-round picks, next 2 second-round picks, we are able to get the current best running back in the game, 97 overall, Bijan Robinson, and for another receiver, we got 85 overall, Drake London. Now, these guys in real life are extremely young. Bijan Robinson's a rookie, but we got a 25-year-old 97 overall running back. Ladies and gentlemen, this team might just be complete. Oh, look at it. We've got our superstar running back. So we've got 97 overall Jalen Waddle, 99 with morale Bijan Robinson, 85 overall Will Levis. We got Treylon Burks at 92. Drake London is now our 3rd wide receiver at 85. And we got 83 as the 4th receiver. All-star, very solid offensive line, 83 overall, superstar X Factor Okonkwo at tight end, X Factor free safety, superstar middle linebacker, superstar strong safety, superstar left end Will Anderson Jr., hidden depth trait D tackle 2, 94 overall right end. You've got star 89 overall corners in both slots of cornerback 1 and cornerback 2. This team is all the way there. Our outside linebackers could use some work. But ladies and gentlemen, man, this has got to be the team, right? We have not made the playoffs yet, but this team is nuclear. I don't know what else to do. This team is cracked. That rookie running back we drafted is apparently an amazing kick returner. We are now a 90 overall team, 92 offense, 89 defense. This has got to be the year. This has got to be the year. We're sending it to mid-season, and we better not have more than like one loss. Are you kidding me? 92 overall offense, 91 defense, 91 overall, and we're 3-3. Who are we losing to? Lost 10-42 to the Browns. Who do they have? This quarterback, trash. Nick Chubb, trash. Rudy Williams, I don't know who you are, but you had 2 touchdowns. They got a bunch of nobodies. Beat the Panthers barely. Lost to the Dolphins. Barely beat the Bills. Beat the Patriots handedly. Lost to the Colts. How are we losing? I don't get how we're 3-3. We have a freaking baller team. I'm mad, bro. How are we? I'm gonna have to give up. I legitimately gonna have to give up this video. I cannot build a better team. Once again, even with Bijan Robinson and a great offensive line, we are bottom tier in rushing yards, but we're 8th in passing yards. Our defense is middle of the road as far as yards allowed are concerned. We're tied with several teams for the 3rd most sacks. Will Levis, 1,600 yards, 15 touchdowns, 2 picks, is playing insanely well. Why are we 3-3? There's no explanation. There is no justification for it. I don't think there's anything else I can do for this team right now. They've just got to find a way to win. They got to figure it out. Everything is there. Offensive line, built. Receiving core, stacked. Quarterback, I'm not going to be able to get a better quarterback than Will Levis right now. And he's playing so well. Is it because I have a normal dev trait D tackle? Our D line is great. Look at our edge rushers. Our D tackles are pretty good. Our outside linebackers, yes, could be better, but everything else is stacked. How are we 3-3? We play the Colts and the Jaguars these next 2 weeks. The 2 divisional rivals ahead of us. We have to win these 2 games. These feel like playoff games. I'm going to watch these next 2 games. Colts and Jaguars, we got to get these wins. And I'd really like to point out, the Colts are an 84 overall. We are 91. How is that? How? Up 21-7 at halftime. That's what I like to see. 24-7 into the 3rd quarter. That's what I'm talking about. I've seen way too many 4th quarter comebacks in these simulations for me to feel comfortable yet. We'll go by possession. Just like that, Indianapolis gets a touchdown. It's 14-24. We answer with a punt. Indianapolis gets another 7, 40 seconds left. What did I tell you? All right, they've got all 3 other timeouts. I'm going to hop in and see if we choke this. If we lose this divisional game, we are 3-4, and honestly, the season might be over. The season might be over if we lose this somehow. Bijan Robinson bounces it outside, almost picks up a first. There's the first Colts timeout, 35 seconds to play. There's no way we lose this game. I know, like, knock on wood, but there's no way. Another handoff to Bijan. He won't pick up the first. There's another timeout. Jumbo set, 3rd and 1. Pick up the freaking first. Wow, they've got an insane defense. We pass it! Is that Schoonmaker? We just won the game off a pass there. I think that was to Schoonmaker. That's hilarious. Levis takes the knee, and the Titans will get the divisional win. Now we got to beat the Jaguars next week. We are losing 14-20 at halftime. We better have a turnaround in the 3rd quarter. We open up the 2nd half with a touchdown. That's what we like to see. They answer with a field goal. Into the 3rd quarter, we're still losing 21-23. We better pull out this freaking win. Why are we having such close games with teams that are so much worse than us? We'll get another score to start the 4th quarter. Jacksonville answers. It's a shootout, 28-31, 8.5 minutes to play. We will punt. Jacksonville has the ball again on their own 7 minutes to play. We better get our stop. And time's gone. I was gonna watch it, but it literally went by. I hit change of possession. We never got the ball back. We punted it with 7 minutes left and never got the ball back. We used all of our timeouts. They literally, from their own 7, took a 7-minute drive to end the game. Lose all of our timeouts. How does that happen? Why does this team suck? We're so bad. We're so bad. We're amazing. Our overall is amazing. All of our players studs. And we're losing a team so much worse than us for no reason. I hate the Titans. Will Levis, you would think he played well. No turnovers. 2 passing touchdowns. Why are we losing? Is it our defense? We had 2 sacks from our D tackles, but we lose 31-28 to the Jaguars, who are just a way worse team than us. Let's go Tennessee, baby. I'm balding. You'd think I have all this luscious hair. I'm about to be bald. I am so angry. How do we punt them the ball with 7 minutes left and they use up the entire 7 minutes before we ever get the chance to get the ball back? How does that happen? 92 overall to an 84 overall, by the way. And we're 4-4. We have the same amount of losses as everyone else in our division. Hey, guess what? It's time to sim the last 7 weeks of the year. I don't know if we're going to be first in our division or last in our division. I don't know if with our 92 overall team, we're going to miss the playoffs for the 5th straight year. But send me to playoffs. Let's see what happens. I gave Trey Lance a lot of crap in the other video for only winning like a couple playoff games. I just want to play in a playoff game at this point, bro. I can't look, bro. I can't look. I can't look. We made the playoffs! I used to pray for times like this. At 11-6, your Tennessee Titans in the year 2027. Our 5th season with the Tennessee Titans, we make our first playoff appearance. 93 overall offense, 91 defense, 92 overall team. We've got to go up against Joey Burrow and the 12-5 Cincinnati Bengals in the wild card round. I can't believe we made the playoffs, dude. I'm still angry at how this has gone up to this point, but we made the playoffs. Will Levis 4th in MVP voting. I am excited to see what his stats on the year look like. Treylon Burks, Bijan Robinson, and Will Levis are 8, 9, and 10 for AFC Offensive Player of the Year. George Whitting, so close, number 2 in Defensive Rookie of the Year. He would have gotten like a superstar or an X Factor if he won that. That sucks. Maybe since he was number 2, he'll get a buff. Treylon Burks, the best wide receiver. I think he's going to be an X Factor. Jalen Waddle's been a superstar. Treylon Burks was a superstar for like a season, then went back down to a star. If he gets best wide receiver in the league, I think he'll be an X Factor. Will Anderson Jr., 2nd best D lineman. Jeffrey Simmons, number 4. Andre Cisco, 4th best defensive back. I'm excited to look at our team and see if we've got any depth trade upgrades. Will Levis, 41 touchdowns to 10 picks. 200 yards just about. I think that's definitely the best season of his career. Bijan Robinson, almost 1,300 rushing yards, 12 touchdowns. That's by far the best running back season we've had. Treylon Burks, 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. Waddle with 908. Okonkwo with 800 yards and 11 touchdowns. The team is producing. We should have won more games, but the team is producing. Will Anderson, 13 sacks. Jeffrey Simmons, 12.5 sacks. Odigizua, 10 sacks. And our rookie with 7 sacks. That's what I'm talking about. 4 interceptions for Andre Cisco, 2 for Nick Bolton, 2 for Bruce Ball. Will Levis, 6 in passing yards. And tied for 1st in passing touchdowns, Will Levis. Treylon Burks with the top 5 in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns. We've got a squad, bro. We've got a squad. It's going to hurt me too much if we go out here and fumble away this playoff berth to the Bengals. We are a better team. Look at this. We're 6 better on offense, 8 better on defense, 7 better overall. There's no excuse. This should be a definite win. I don't care if it's Joe Burrow on the other side. We've got to get this win. Will Levis up to an 88. Treylon Burks a 95. I just realized he's not going to get his depth trait till the awards are official, so they only will get upgraded if we make the Super Bowl. We will only see their depth trait upgrades this season if we make the Super Bowl, which is so freaking possible with how good this team is. And we get home field advantage. Come on, baby. This has got to be the year. We go from missed playoffs, missed playoffs, missed playoffs, missed playoffs, Super Bowl, please. Wild card weekend. Oh, the Bengals are wearing those icy white Tiger unis. That's actually raw. That's actually cold. I'm here for that. That's actually dirty. It's going to be all the sweeter when we get this win. We score first. 7-0 into the first quarter. Bengals will answer, but we'll get another 7 just before half. The Bengals will tie it up. It's 14-14 at the half. This playoff game is a dogfight. Titans, please. We'll get the ball second half, and we'll open with another touchdown. Answered by the Bengals, 21-21, end of the third quarter. We cannot let this playoff game go to waste. Levis just threw I didn't change a possession. Levis just threw a massive interception that was returned 38 yards. And the Bengals get a touchdown out of it 6 minutes to go. We're down 7. We're driving down the field, down to the 20. I've got to hop in and watch what happens. We just drove all the way down to the 20. Can we tie up the game? Come on, baby. Come on. Levis drops back. Fires a risky pass. It'll be complete. Oh, that hurt me to watch. I thought that was going to be picked. It's only a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7. Careful, man. Careful. That's Waddle's 3rd reception. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Here's Levis. He'll hit Bijan in the middle of the field. Down to the 5. We're on the goal line now. Let's go Titans, baby. Come on. He'll hand it off. That's Bijan. Oh, stopped on the goal line. Nearly into the end zone for a touchdown. That defensive line for Cincinnati is loading up. We'll run it up in the middle anyways and get a touchdown. Titans get the momentum and they're going to tie it up. Bijan Robinson, electric in Nashville. But our defense, I don't feel good because there's 3.5 minutes left and 99 overall X Factor Joe Burrow has the ball with 3 timeouts. He's going to start out with a play action. We're going to pressure him. Oh, we forced the incompletion. That was covered. I thought there was a chance we might come down with that. Earlier in this video, we won a game off a tipped pass like that. Come on, 2nd and 10, this Titans defense. We've got so many elite players. Protection was phenomenal. They'll complete it right sideline. Dang it. That's T. Higgins. Dang it. We forced that first incompletion. I got hyped. Come on. Get the stop, please. Joe Burrow fires. That's going to go nowhere. 2nd and 9. I don't like how much clock they're eating, and they're so close to field goal range. We got to stop them here. We cannot allow a first down. They're going to hand it off. Tackle him. Make the tackle. 3rd and 7. This is the biggest play of the game. If we don't allow a first down, we just can't allow a first down. If we allow a first down here, it's probably over if we allow a first down here. 3rd and 7. I am nervous. Biggest play of the game. And wide open. It hurts so much. It hurts so much. And Mixon's almost going to rush for another one. Hey, do we want to call a timeout or something? Am I going to have to jump in to call timeouts? We're not calling timeouts, and they're in field goal range. And he's wide open. What bombs? What trash cans? Everyone on the Tennessee Titans sucks, dude. Our backup running back, our rookie running back is our kick returner. He's supposedly a good kick returner. He'll have to run it out. He'll actually make a man miss, but get up to the 28. Why is this so impossible? I've seen people do rebuilds and make it look so easy, and they have way worse teams than me. I see people rebuild for Super Bowls with like an 84 overall team. I don't know why we're losing. I couldn't tell you why. I can't tell you why. I don't know why. Will Levis didn't have a great game, and he had a lot of passing yards. Only a touchdown and a pick, though. Bijan had 2 rushing touchdowns. Will Levis had a rushing touchdown. And just like that, we're done. Titan season over. 5 seasons in, we make 1 playoff game and lose. I don't know if you can tell I'm legitimately like pissed off right now. Like, I don't know what to do. I built a 92 overall team, and we can't beat the mother-licking Bengals in the wild card round. We're 7 overalls up on them, and we suck. And our players about to get upgraded after this season, but we're going to lose half of them because we don't have any cap space. Everyone's on a contract here. Just embarrassing, man. All right, send the Super Bowl, see what happens. We could have a 99 overall team next season, and I bet we'd go freaking 7 and 9. Excuse me, 7 and 10. Another Cowboys-Chiefs Super Bowl. After the season's over, Treylon Burks will go back to a superstar, and Will Levis, what do you know, will be a superstar X Factor. On defense, Brisker loses his superstar depth trait, so does Nick Bolton. But Whitting, our rookie, goes up to a superstar. Odigizua is a star, and Jeffrey Simmons gets his superstar depth trait back. Ball is officially a higher overall than Tariq Woolen. And our Jeffries, who I think that was his 2nd season, he's up to a star depth trait. Will Anderson Jr., I just noticed, is an X Factor. I have no idea how much of this team we're going to be able to hold on to, though. I really don't. And that's what scares me. Like, yeah, all these guys developed, that's great. If we can run it back, we're going to be a better team than we even were this year. But I don't know if we can hold on to these players. A lot of these guys are in contract years, and our salary cap is already rough as it is. Chiefs get another Super Bowl win. Jalen Hurts won MVP. Cowboys, Mike McCarthy, another Coach of the Year. If we can somehow hold most of this team together, I'm going to run it back, and it's got to be a Super Bowl or bust. Like, I don't know what else we could possibly do. This team is so unbelievably good. We have $63 million cap room. Bijan Robinson, Will Anderson Jr., Andre Cisco, Okonkwo, Jeffrey Simmons, Skoronski, Christian Fulton, I don't care as much about. Same with Odigizua. If we have to give them up, so be it. Then a bunch of nobodies. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 must re-signs. We don't have the money for that. I can franchise tag one of them, but we need all of them. It's all of our X Factors, except for Will Levis. It's our non-Will Levis X factors. Plus 99 overall Bijan Robinson. Jeffrey Simmons. I don't know how we're going to do this. 63 million cap room. If I gave Bijan a neutral deal, a third of our cap room is already gone. He has very high interest in accepting and coming back to the team. Okay, well, I'll meet him in the middle. I'll give him 10 mil salary, 6 mil signing bonus, 4 years. He'll sign it. Let's go. We got Bijan locked down. Will Anderson Jr. is the next one. Our cap space isn't hurting too much. He wants to resign, it looks like. I want you for 4 years at least as well. No! Well, we're franchise tagging Will Anderson. Have to. I cannot afford to risk losing him in free agency, which means we have got one chance to offer and sign 4 more must-sign players. And we have 23 million cap room. It's not going to happen. We're about to lose somebody. Who can we lose? I guess we'll have to get rid of Peter Skoronski. I wanted to keep you. You've been here on the team from the beginning. You were a rookie in our first year, but cannot keep you. Jeffrey Simmons, you're too old. I want to keep you, but I can't. Okonkwo, the one I think I have to have more than the others is Andre Cisco. We got Andre Cisco. We have 8 million cap room. Wow. We're losing so much of our team. They both have high re-sign interest, but there's no way I can sign both. I don't even have the money to sign one of them. Look at this. I think there's a restructure contract feature where it'll free up cap space for us in this upcoming season, but it'll make all of our players more expensive down the line. But I think that's something we can do. Restructure contract, it'll free up 13 million cap. Okay, that's really good actually. Thank you, Will Levis. What about Waddle? I'm afraid his contract year is coming up. But I'm just gonna restructure everything, free up as much space as possible, and I'm gonna give this one more year. We're going to put everything into year 6. I can already restructure Bijan, who just signed. I'm just gonna free up as much cap space as possible. I'm gonna go all in on this year. I can't handle much more of this. I'm giving this one more year. I have literally spent over 10 hours doing this, and we have one playoff loss is our whole record. We've missed the playoffs 5 times, made the playoffs once, and lost. 10 hours of playing this horrible video game, and that's what I have to show for it. Restructuring all those contracts, we have 44 million cap space. We need Okonkwo. I'll take you for 4 years. You want to resign, I think you'll take a neutral deal. He does. Let's go. Jeffrey Simmons, I can't take you for long. I'm just going to make the team-friendly offer. He wants to go to free agency. We might be able to sign him in free agency. Maybe I could get Peter Skoronski back. I really would like to. He'll sign it. We get Skoronski back for 4 years. Of the 6 must-re-signs, the only one we have officially lost now is Jeffrey Simmons, who I think we might be able to sign back in free agency if we're lucky. He is the best player in free agency by far. There's no player we really want other than Jeffrey Simmons. But I don't even think we have the space to get Simmons is the problem. I can't even offer him a team-friendly offer. We don't even have the cap space. Maybe I can restructure a few more contracts to get the cap space. Jeffrey Simmons, we need you. Restructure Ever McPherson to free up 1.2 million. That could actually go a long way. We can restructure Okonkwo, frees up 2.5 mil. We got about 4 million cap space freed up there. That might be enough to make Jeffrey Simmons an offer that he'll want to accept. We only get one shot though. He's the best player in free agency. He will be gone if we don't get him first. He is very interested in us though, which is good. He's got to take that. He's got to take that. We got to get our guy though. We got to get our boy. Jeffrey Simmons has been here from the start. We got to keep him. Please sign with us. You loved us. We freed up all this cap space just to get you. I don't want to see anything other than under my signings. Yes, we got him back. Our boy Jeffrey Simmons back on the squad. That's a huge re-signing. That means we capped our 6 must re-signs. And ladies and gentlemen, that means we can run it back with this 92 overall squad next year. We are going to sim the next season. We're just going to skip all the way through the draft. We got our team. We are setting our season goal for win the Super Bowl because it is Super Bowl or bust. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your 2028 Tennessee Titans. We have continuously gotten better. We're the same team as last season, except we've got higher depth traits on lots of players. We did technically lose some key role players like our D tackle, Chigoziem, but this is the exact same team, but better depth traits. This team, it's Super Bowl or bust. It is Super Bowl or bust. If we have lost more than 1 game by week 8, I will consider that a failure. I don't even want to know how long it's going to take me to edit this video. Like I said, I have no joke 10 hours of footage doing this bullcrap. We are 4-2. And the mother-licking Indianapolis Colts are 6-1. I'm not going to think about the Colts right now. All I know is we better beat the Jags. Up 28-7 in the 4th quarter. That's what I'm talking about. Smoking them. We will advance to 5-2. 5-2, 1 game behind the 6-1 Colts. The Colts' 1 loss of the year, though, to the Tennessee Titans in week 3. We beat them by 3. So we play them again week 16. I'm going to sim up to like week 16. and watch that Colts game. Okay, I accidentally simmed all the way to the playoffs, but we won our division 13-4, and I think we have a first round bye. We did end up beating the Colts 27-20 in that week 16 matchup. That's what I'm talking about. That feels good. Will Levis is a 91 overall X Factor, 98 overall for Jalen Waddle, 99 Bijan Robinson. Treylon Burks is a 96. Drake London, our third receiver, is an 88. 89 overall X Factor Okonkwo. Our offensive line is the best in the league, certainly 85, 88, 97, 85, 84. That's in offense. On defense, Whitting is back up to superstar at a 79 overall. Bruce Ball is a 92 star. We have a hidden dev trait corner, 87 overall safety, 81 star dev, left outside linebacker. Nick Bolton, 97 overall. Will Anderson, X Factor, also a 97 overall. Cisco, 93 overall X Factor. Of course, got Jeffrey Simmons, who we re-signed, 93 overall superstar. This team is just built. If we don't win the Super Bowl, I'm sorry. This is the best team I could build. 95 offense, 93 defense, 93 overall. We went 13-4. Listen, if we don't win the Super Bowl, I'm sorry. This is the last chance I'm giving them on this video. I know I said at the beginning, this video will not end until we win the Super Bowl. If we don't win it, I'm sorry. You could see I've done the best I possibly could. We are first in the NFL in total offensive yards. We're not going to get MVP or Coach of the Year. You know what? That's fine, because all we care about is the Super Bowl. Bijan Robinson, first in Offensive Player of the Year. Got to check those stats. Jeffrey Simmons and Will Anderson Jr. are 4th and 5th in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. For some reason, Nick Bolton is never up here for Best Linebacker. Will Levis, 4,600 passing yards, 38 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Bijan Robinson, 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns. Bijan, 8 receiving touchdowns and 700 receiving yards. He was a better receiver than our number 2, Treylon Burks, who's like a 95 overall receiver. Not to mention Bijan had 1,400 rushing yards. Yeah, that's your Offensive Player of the Year. Levis, 2nd in the league in passing yards, 1st in the league in passing touchdowns. This is the team, baby. This is the team. This is the Titans' first ever Super Bowl winning team. It has to be. Your Tennessee Titans are the number 1 seed in the AFC and will get a first round bye. For the first time in this video, we're making it past the wild card round. Once again, the first time we make it past the wild card round is when we just get a bye. Advance to the divisional championship round. Who we facing? Who is our first playoff win gonna be against? Oh, it's the Colts! This is gonna be a brutal dogfight. We are up 7 overall on them. I think that's how much we were up on the Bengals. The 11-6 Colts, we swept them in the regular season, but we won by 3 points and 7 points. It's hard to beat a team 3 times. You always hear him say it. It's hard to beat the team 3 times. But we got to get our 3rd win of the year against the Indianapolis Colts. I'm so amped up for this game, man. This has got to be the one. Will Levis versus Anthony Richardson in this divisional round matchup. And it's a divisional rivalry matchup. I could have said that smoother. Colts will score first with 7. We'll match it up 7-7. End of the first quarter, still a tie game. We will score again, make it at 14-7, and again 21-7. Halftime, Tennessee up, 2 touchdowns. Let's go. Flying through the 3rd quarter, we'll score again. 28-7, your Tennessee Titans, 28-10 to start the 4th quarter. I've seen some horrible playoff comebacks in the 4th quarter doing these sims. So I'm going to take it slow for the 4th quarter. We'll score 31-10. Anthony Richardson, incomplete pass on 4th down. We'll get the ball back. Go down and get another touchdown, 38-10. This team is insane. There's no shot. I'm jumping to the end of the game. I don't believe anything bad could possibly happen. They will score, and that's going to be the end of the game. 38-17. The Tennessee Titans have won a playoff game for the first time in this video. It took 6 years. But we're going to the AFC Championship, baby! Woo! Will Levis, 27 of 30, 90% completion percentage, 132 passer rating, 313 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bijan Robinson, 61 yards on the ground. Jonathan Taylor is still with the Colts in this and has 100 yards. Will Levis, 2 rushing touchdowns as well. Treylon Burks, 8 catches for 88 yards. Okonkwo, 7 catches, 86 yards and a touchdown. Bijan had 61 yards receiving as well. Drake London, 21 receiving yards. Jalen Waddle, 3 catches for 50 yards. Will Anderson Jr. with a sack. I forgot to see his season sacks. We're heading to the AFC Championship. Let's go Titans, baby. Jeffrey Simmons and Will Anderson Jr. both had 12.5 sacks on the year, if you were wondering. heading to the AFC Championship. We'll play the Baltimore Ravens. Also 11-6. They are an 89 overall. 89, 89, 89. We're 95, 91, 93. We don't have an excuse, but this is actually the toughest team we played against. I have not seen a team we play against have this high of an overall. That scares me. There's no ado to be had. Let's just hop in and see what the Titans can do against this Ravens team. We have home field advantage, and we are still a better team on paper. There's no reason this should be a loss. We should still win this game. We've given up plenty of horrible losses already, though. In the AFC Championship game, it'll be back and forth all the way through the first quarter. It's a defensive game. The Ravens are on the goal line about to score, but it's 0-0 after 1. Is this going to be the first, defensive game we've seen? Ravens will get 7. We got to answer. We don't. But then we do after a stop. 7-7. Halftime. 7-7. Who got our touchdown? Will Levis, a touchdown pass to Okonkwo for the touchdown in the AFC Championship. We won't score out of halftime, but then the Ravens get a field goal. We get a touchdown. End of the third quarter. We are up 14-10. This game is getting crazy. Ravens have ball. Okay, but they're going to punt it right to us. We have the ball on our own 5-yard line. Up 4 points, 14 minutes to play. Come on, Titans. We're driving down the field. Touchdown! Touchdown, Tennessee! At home, 4 minutes to play. After a 6-yard rush from Lamar Jackson, it's 3rd down and 4. They are going to pick it up. A pass to Timmy Arnett, everyone's favorite wide receiver. Zay Flowers gets an 11-yard reception. The Ravens are driving right now. Now we're down to 2.5 minutes. They are driving down the field, down 11. Incomplete pass, 1:14 to play. I think the Titans can hold it out. Let's jump in and see. Lamar Jackson on 2nd and 10 has to get a touchdown and probably an onside kick. He's going to give it a draw. Up the middle, they're going to pick up a lot of yards, but they got to hurry. They got no time left. 3rd down and 2. Here's Lamar Jackson. Quick pass complete. Clock is still ticking. They had timeouts, but they're not using them. Great protection. Pass is complete on the goal line down at the 1. They're going to use one of their timeouts. We love it. Empty backfield. Only rushing 3. Here's Lamar throwing a pass. That's going to be a touchdown for the Ravens. They're going for the 2-point try to make it a 3-point game. Lamar will hand it off, and we're in the backfield. Titans get the stop, maintain a 5-point lead. So the only way the Ravens can win is with an onside kick and a Hail Mary touchdown. Here comes the onside kick try. I wonder if that's still Justin Tucker or if he's retired by now. Titans recover. And that's gonna do it. We're gonna run the clock out, and your Tennessee Titans are going to the Super Bowl. Levis will take a knee, and that's it. Your Tennessee Titans, led by Will Levis, are going to the Super Bowl. And we've got a lot of... Why are we kicking a field goal? Don't you dare snap that ball. Don't you dare snap that ball. What? McPherson with a nuke. What is that? All right, doesn't change anything. Oh my gosh. Led by Will Levis, Treylon Burks, Jeffrey Simmons, Skoronski on the offensive line, Okonkwo the tight end, all real-life Titans we've built around, and we're going to the Super Bowl. That was one of the more defensive games I've seen in these Sims. Will Levis, 72% completion percentage, 16 of 22, 157 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Bijan Robinson, 107 yards and a touchdown. Okonkwo with the receiving touchdown. Drake London with the receiving touchdown on 3rd-string wide receiver. Treylon Burks had 1 catch for 12 yards. Jalen Waddle had 1 catch for 26 yards. Our 98 and 95 overall wide receivers, superstars, each with 1 catch. I don't like that, but we got the win, and that's what matters. To the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl will be against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they have Tyjae Spears as their starting running back. It's coming full circle. Super Bowl Media Day. I haven't actually finished a franchise in Madden 24 yet. I haven't I haven't had a team in the Super Bowl yet, so I don't even know what happens, if anything. What would a win in this Super Bowl mean to you? This is not just the beginning. This has been a grueling 6-year process for me. This win would mean everything. Jalen Waddle, after his crazy year, is a 99 overall X Factor. Will Levis, a 93 overall superstar X Factor. That's our franchise quarterback. Jeffrey Simmons for the Super Bowl will get to be an X Factor. I'm so glad we were able to re-sign him. Our team is so stacked There's no way this is not our Super Bowl. One of the best offensive lines I've ever seen without having a superstar on it. X Factor tight end, X Factor quarterback, X Factor Jalen Waddle. We got Treylon Burks. We got Bijan Robinson. Simmons and Anderson off the edge are both X Factors. Ladies and gentlemen, and we got a 98 overall middle linebacker. Let's go win the Titans a Super Bowl. Just for you guys too, I'm gonna wear the Oiler throwbacks. And we'll put the Buccaneers in these two. They are led by X Factor quarterback Earl Kirkpatrick, Chris Godwin, Tristan Wirfs. We are 8 overall up on this team. I think we were 92 and lost to the 85 Bengals in the wild card round last year. I'm not taking anything for granted. I'm not turning my nose up at anybody. This is gonna be a game. Super Bowl! Will Levis, Bijan Robinson. All right, we'll watch the opening drive, then probably skip to like the fourth quarter. We will kick off. Super Bowl underway. The Buccaneers will take it out. We're gonna smash them down at the 17. Let's see this Tennessee defense. The throwback unis in the Super Bowl go hard, by the way. Those X Factors off the edge are scary. They're going to complete it, looks like to the tight end for 9 yards. First snap of the Super Bowl. 2nd and 1, they'll drop back. He'll hit another short pass for a first down. Buccaneers, so much time in the pocket. He'll finally throw it away. He held on to that for so long. Surveying, we'll bat it down. Tennessee defense playing nice. 3rd down. Pocket collapses. He throws one deep. Complete. Oh, no, it's not. We knock it out. 4th down. And the Tennessee defense comes up with a stop on the first drive of this Super Bowl. Out trots Will Levis, Tennessee Titans quarterback. Going out here trying to win Tennessee its first Super Bowl in franchise history. First snap of the game. Levis will drop back, throw a quick one, complete to Okonkwo. That's going to be a first down. It would mean so much to me for Treylon Burks to get a touchdown or something in this game. Here's Bijan Robinson, a massive run. Levis will keep it, and he's running down the left sideline. Will Levis throws a stiff arm. 19 yards on the ground for Will Levis on the quarterback keeper. That man wants to win this Super Bowl. The fake to Bijan, and he takes off with it. Will Levis stiff arms a man. Just gives him a stiffy, gives him the business, baby. Woo! Will Levis. That's all those curls. It's all that working out. Levis will fire. That's complete. I think that was Drake London. It was. The Titans are driving onto the 13-yard line. Who's going to get the first touchdown of the Super Bowl? Levis fires. That's complete to Bijan. He'll try to make a move down to the 4. Bijan Robinson has been doing it all. He's a little gassed, though. You see him breathing heavy. Gonna hand it to him anyways. He'll be tackled just short of the first. It's 3rd and 1. Jumbo set. Bijan's out of the game. We've got our backup sophomore running back in. Are we gonna hand it off or pass it? It's gonna be a pass. Levis is sacked. No touchdown for the Titans. They'll be held to a field goal. We will get a touchdown before the end of the first quarter. Will Levis a touchdown pass to Okonkwo. We've got a 10-0 lead in this Super Bowl. Let's move to halftime, see where we're at. The Buccaneers score a touchdown. We answer with another touchdown of our own and another. Oh my goodness, 31-10 at the half. We exploded in the second quarter. Will Levis 3 touchdown passes. Bijan Robinson already 84 yards on the ground. Okonkwo 2 touchdown receptions. And Treylon Burks. I wish we could have seen it. Treylon Burks would get an 18-yard touchdown reception. And Andre Cisco had an interception. Jeffrey Simmons also with a sack. The Titans are running away with it in the Super Bowl. We're only piling it on more as it's 45-17, end of the 3rd quarter. I think your Titans are getting their first Super Bowl win in franchise history. 52-24 with 1:45 left in the Super Bowl. The Titans have just gone insane as Levis is going to pitch it to Bijan. A sweet looking play, picks up 8 yards as the Titans are going to run this one out. Bijan with a large run up the middle, breaks it outside. He's got 152 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Hand off to Bijan, we'll wrap it up. He goes down, and ladies and gentlemen, your Tennessee Titans are Super Bowl champions. Let the celebration begin! Will Levis, the leader of this team, brought the Titans to a Super Bowl win. What a journey. 5 years of no playoffs. Not to mention however many years it's been in real life since the Titans have made the playoffs, which I think is a couple years. So like 7 years with no playoffs, then a heartbreaking first round wildcard loss to the Bengals, just to run it back with the same squad and grind out a Super Bowl win. There's Okonkwo with all the confetti around him. And Will Levis will hoist the Lombardi. The Tennessee Titans, Super Bowl champions. Will Levis, 22 of 30, 5 touchdowns, no picks in the Super Bowl. Bijan Robinson, 155 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Tyjae Spears, who is on our team for like 4 seasons, maybe even 5, was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and got a rushing touchdown, but he wasn't with the Titans. Will Levis also had a rushing touchdown. 6 touchdowns on the Super Bowl for Will Levis. Okonkwo, 6 catches, 64 yards, 2 touchdowns. Drake London, 5 catches, 32 yards. Jalen Waddle, 4 catches, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had an 80-yard touchdown reception. I would have loved to see some of these plays, especially the Treylon Burks touchdown. I would have loved to be watching those, but I couldn't sit and watch a 3.5-hour Madden sim. Plus, this video is way long enough already. Andre Cisco had the interception and Jeffrey Simmons had the sack for the Tennessee Titans Super Bowl victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I am so happy we delivered on the promise of this video. I legitimately, no matter what happened this season, was going to give up, and I stuck it out. I never changed anything. As you can see, I left everything. We're still on All Madden. We did it, baby. I cannot believe that season held it out. I was literally fully prepared to just say, I'm sorry. This video has a disappointing ending, but we gave it our all and made some memories with the Titans. We built one of the greatest teams ever and won the Super Bowl. The Tennessee Titans win Super Bowl 63 in the year 2028. Bijan Robinson for the Titans was the Offensive Player of the Year. Super Bowl MVP, I'm blocking it. It's Will Levis with 6 total touchdowns. What a story for the Tennessee Titans. Everyone remembers Will Levis on draft day was supposed to be maybe a top 5 pick, fell all the way to the 2nd round. An embarrassing moment to start his career, but now we can say he is a Super Bowl champion. 6 touchdowns. What a dog. But to end out this video, as I want to do with any kind of a franchise rebuild video, I'm going to see what happened to the team after we were done. If Kairogas was finished being the GM of the Tennessee Titans, where do they go afterward? Make sure everything is on auto, so that the CPU will take care of it. I will see you all in 10 years in the year 2038. Here we are in the year 2038. I am 36 years old. Jeez. Let's see what happened to the Tennessee Titans. I just finished watching Thursday Night Football. The Eagles won. RIP. Looks like our entire team is made up of players that were not on the team before, except our boy, defensive tackle Whitting, is still on the squad. He's a 31-year-old X Factor, 93 overall. I love to see that. Look at my boy. Let's look at the league history. So we won our Super Bowl against the Buccaneers in 2028. What happened after that? In 2029, we actually repeated. The Tennessee Titans, I got you not just 1, but 2 Super Bowl victories for this video. You're welcome. To not get any yearly awards, Super Bowl MVP was middle linebacker Mike Hartman. He was not even on the team the last time I was there, so he was newly acquired, but he led our team to another Super Bowl victory. In 2030, the Buccaneers, who did we defeat? We defeated the Rams. In 2030, the Buccaneers made it back and lost again, this time to the Chargers. In 2031, Mike Vrabel won Coach of the Year. I think that's the first time he did that. That's pretty cool. 2032, the Cowboys made it back to the Super Bowl and lost to the Baltimore Ravens. In 2033, Titans left in Will Anderson Jr. was Defensive Player of the Year. The Jaguars win the Super Bowl. 2034, the Cowboys and Ravens rematched. Cowboys won this time. Micah Parsons won Super Bowl MVP, and Will Anderson Jr. won a 2nd Defensive Player of the Year in a row. 2033 and 2034, Will Anderson Jr. Defensive Player of the Year. Nothing for us in 2035. The Cowboys made another Super Bowl, this time lost to the Patriots. Cowboys made another Super Bowl in 2036 and got blown out by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, nothing for the Titans. And in the most recent 2037 season, the Eagles won the Super Bowl against the Steelers. Will Levis did retire in the 2037 offseason, so we just missed being able to look at the stats of his career. He did finish 8th in the all-time legacy ranking for quarterbacks, at least quarterbacks that are in this game, behind Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes. Will Levis at 8. It's pretty good. Won 2 Super Bowls. Unfortunately, I can't find his stats because he's retired, no longer in the league, but Will Levis made it barely into the top 10. I believe that's 10. But Will Levis finished 10th on the all-time passing touchdowns leaderboard. That's actually insane. Through 465 touchdown passes. Still far behind Brady. Burrow finished with more than Mahomes in their careers. That's insane. Bijan Robinson finished his career with the Chiefs and was 4th in the all-time rushing yards. Bijan was also 2nd in the all-time rushing touchdowns, but was still notably behind Josh Jacobs, who finished at the top. Kenneth Walker ended up at 5th on that list. Micah Parsons finished 2nd all-time in sacks behind Myles Garrett, but our Will Anderson Jr. finished his career on the Dolphins. He was up there as the 6th most sacks in a career with 164. So we ended up winning 2 Super Bowls with the Titans. Our players went on to do some big things, had some great players. The greatest players from this rebuild seem to have been Will Levis and Will Anderson Jr. and Bijan Robinson. We kind of grabbed him at the end to help get us over the Super Bowl hump. That's going to do it for this video. I filmed this over the course of 3 days in different segments. I have around 9 hours of footage, I think almost 10 hours of footage to go through. I've filmed this in different segments. I'm going to try to make this as short as I can possibly make it. Probably going to be between an hour or 2. We'll see what actually ends up happening. If you watched all the way to the end of this monstrous video, thank you so much for watching. I can't thank you enough. If you enjoyed it and watched all the way here, you're probably already subscribed, but if you're not, I'd love it if you were. I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you like talking ball, I mentioned I just went and watched Thursday Night Football while this sim was going. If you join my Discord in the description, not only will you get an extra notification whenever I post videos or go live on Twitch or something like that, you can chat with other people who are liking the videos, watching the streams, and we have a special sports talk channel where I and anyone else who wants to are always talking about the NFL games live as they happen. I was just talking with the boys during Thursday Night Football, so if that's something you're interested in, it's like a little group chat where we talk sports. Hop on in there. I'd love to see you there. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Kyrogus. This has been a massive chore, but we did it. Titans, 2-time Super Bowl champs, baby. Let's go. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Mwah. See ya.